I don't know if you guys have heard that. So basically what this is going to be is it's going to be both a discussion with Anish because the last one was really fun. And so when he gets here, he'll be here in a minute. And the other thing is going to be me doing a watch-along. It didn't intend to be this, but I just thought this game's on so we could talk about it at the same time. And the Steelers are on a play right now. They lost 8 yards on the first play. This is not a good start. So, did you hear any of that, Anish?
I just got in, first play, sack on Aaron Rodgers. I'd love to see it.
I don't know if the stream caught it on the first thing, but my first thing was I try not to swear on here, but I don't mind if anyone else is, but I try not to. And as soon as I looked up, Rodgers was on the floor. So not a great start. But yeah, I think everyone should remember Anish from last time. So like I said, we're going to do a partial watch along. I don't know if it'll be the whole game. And it'll also be us just talking about the league as a whole. Right. I just need to get this link up to the internet. So
yeah, I've got all my notes on the stuff we talked about. You want to talk about Cowboys? These are kind of the only notes I've got here. I don't know if it counts, but I've got fuck Jerry and Stephen Jones. Those are really the notes I've written down.
I mean, that's fair. So yeah. Right, this is going live.
Oh, you do that. Old man up, another check down.
Yep.
He's so washed.
We'll start. Actually, no, I think we'll start with the Steelers. Rodgers hasn't been good this year. Like, they can't move the ball at all.
He can't move. I saw even in week 1 where he played well, he took, I think it was 0 snaps outside of the pocket, 0 throws outside of the pocket. He's confined to that pocket.
From memory, he had a couple on the move, but yeah, probably not any outside of the pocket, which is just obviously a problem. The guy, like, even that first game where he threw for 4 touchdowns or whatever, they couldn't move the ball down the field at all. Like, it was terrible. And their defense, couldn't stop anyone.
Oh my God. Their defense,
it's been awful.
I didn't know this. I didn't think it would be good, but I didn't realize that they were hyping it up in Pittsburgh a lot. I didn't realize that, like, the players were like, we could be historically great. I'm like, I didn't come in. They're really poorly coached, which is strange for a Tomlin defense. Week 1 and week 2, both Garrett Wilson and JSN, they hit these crosser routes over the top. And it's the same play. It's bunch formation. You've got 2 crossers against cover 1. And both times the Steelers corners are taking outside leverage.
What's bunch? Is it 2 on one side?
It's offensive line, a tight end slot, and then a receiver. So you're kind of forming like that.
Okay.
And it's the
same. They also can't stop the run to save their life.
They can't stop the run to save their life. Yeah, I mean, the Steelers are just, that defense has always been old, and it's like, they were good last year, but they're all old. I think TJ Watt hasn't been good for a while. As a pass rusher, he's like nothing.
He didn't. There was a stat when he got the sack last week, and it was his first sack in months of gameplay. So.
And Watt's whole thing is that he's a sack guy because he's never been that good at getting pressure consistently. Like, there's the double team rate and pass rushing rate, and Micah and Myles Garrett literally look like they're playing a different sport than everyone else. Like, it's like, damn. And then TJ Watt is always like in like with the riffraff, but it doesn't matter because TJ Watt, I'll give him this. He gets quarterbacks on the ground often, but if he can't do that, he's not getting good. He's just getting stonewalled here by tight end. Jesus. But yeah,
I've watched every Steeler game so far this year. So
tough scenes.
Yeah. Like week 1, it was the only game I was watching, and it was great fun. Then the Seattle game, I had it on while I was watching Red Zone, and then I turned it off. Oh, Christ! And then I turned it off when the ball went over the guy's head and they gave it a touchdown. I was like, seriously? And I had the game on last week, and they're just awful. They kept the Patriots honestly should have scored 40 points. They kept turning the ball over in the red zone.
I think they had like 7 red zone trips. Like they got down to the red zone every single time.
I
And
think they missed a
then
field goal. I think they turned it over on downs. And then
there
they fumbled
was 4 fumbles from the Patriots, which is okay.
5. No, 4. And
They recovered their own fumble. Yes.
oh, yeah. But they turned the ball over, I think, 5 times, and one was
Yeah.
a pick.
Drake May had a concussion the play before. Not his fault.
I like
Not
Drake
his-
May.
well, Drake May is like Herbert and Allen's love child, so I love Drake.
So you're the second person I've heard say that.
It's
Like-
true.
So, no, I like Drake May. We'll talk about the Cowboys, and then we'll talk about your pal Justin. So, yeah, is it more or less what you expected then? Just the worst.
Yeah, they are the worst defense out there. The pass rush is abysmal. Donovan Ezaraku is a cool designated pass rusher, but I think he has a 0% pass rush win rate in like 2 out of the 3 games. That's not very good.
Oh, they fumbled!
This is the devil. Oh my goodness, they've scored too. This is the devil.
He's pulled it. Oh, has he?
Is he actually pulled it, or is this? Oh, this is. Oh, because that's what Jefferson did last or like 2 years ago. That's
okay. Did he actually fumble though?
I
Yeah,
mean,
he did. He fumbled.
Yeah.
This is going to be the most embarrassing piece of content I've ever put on the internet, but I'm having fun.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! This is devil magic. They're just a fumble team. They're gonna win. They're gonna be the first team to weaponize fumbles. All right.
I had looked up and I just saw Jalen Ramsey running the other way. Oh, that's great. Okay, right, cool. We were talking about the Cowboys. Sorry.
All right, we don't need to talk about the we don't have to talk about.
Okay.
No.
This is just me bullying Anish, to be fair, because it's
I
fun.
mean, Ezaraku has not been good enough. Sam Williams, I don't like. Marshawn Nealand has been like there were 3 guys. Those were the 3 guys where it's like you hope one of them develops. And so far, 3 weeks in the season, none of them have developed into being something great. Is that their fault? Maybe not. I mean, you go from playing from Micah to playing without Micah. It's a very different world out there. Like Trayvon Diggs, I don't think he'll be on the team next year. And
I swear Diggs is more just in coverage. I've heard that he's not actually that good. He just gets a bunch of picks.
it's weird because his coverage it's kind of true. That was true back when he was healthy. And then the way Diggs played coverage is it's a lot of recovery speed. Nick Saban talks about being like in phase and out of phase with the receiver. Normally you want to be in phase. That's what most corners are like. And Trayvon Diggs was always out of phase, but he was good enough.
They're overturning the.
Oh, he got the ball back. Oh! That should not count. That should not count. I don't care. That's a one hand on the football. That should barely count, but it counts.
This is awful.
That's, you know what? That's hilarious. That's the slowest replay. Ramsey was on the bench. They had pretty much kicked the PAT.
That's depressing.
But no.
So yeah,
Diggs has gotten a lot of lower body injuries. I think it's 3 leg injuries, and he's just not the same athlete. And once that happens, it's dude, he doesn't have the frame to kind of bully people on the line. Matt Eberflus is playing a lot of zone, which odd choice considering that this is a team that should be running a lot of man. And Diggs, his contract can be cut next year. I think it will be cut next year. Deron Bland is also just, I guess he gets hurt a couple games a season. Donovan Wilson, one of the worst I've ever seen. Kyer Elam, also one of the worst I've ever seen. Justin Jefferson, good catch over the middle of the field.
Good.
The linebackers, oh my goodness, they're so bad. Like I think Kenneth Murray and Jack Sanborn. I think I have this somewhere. Hold on, give me. Like I think PFF has them as like the third worst and like fourth worst linebackers in the
You've got
NFL.
two of the worst 5 linebackers on your
Yeah,
team.
no, pretty much. And or no, it's Murray and Clark, and then Sanborn is only like bottom 20, you know. So there's just no positive on the linebacking room, and that shows. The edges are awful. I will say, I guess the only positive about the defense is we have two really good defensive tackles. I think we have maybe the best interior pass rush. Doesn't matter when the linebackers are so bad and the edges are so bad and corners are so bad. There's like one safety who never looks like he's in the right position. Donovan Wilson, literally. Like, I mean, this is a defense that made Russell Wilson look like good.
And he is just bad.
Ismal. He literally only has the moon ball. That's all he's got. He's like, moon ball. They're like, Russell Wilson, you're in the red zone, buddy. He's like, well, I don't have enough room for the moon ball. Hold on. I think
I used to. So for those who don't know, I don't have a set team in the NFL. I just enjoy watching, and I like the Seahawks because of Sherman, Chancellor, Earl Thomas, and Lynch, and those guys. Mainly just those guys. So I had to endure watching Russell Wilson. And he's just not very good. And even the years where they won 12, 13 games, like he'd never throw over the middle. And if he did, it was always liable to be picked. And he was always running into sacks.
I was an OG Russell Wilson back in like 2019, 2020. I was like, I don't like this guy. He's a moonball merchant. And like in the red zone specifically, it's so awful. I think he is 1 of 10. I think he won't start again. He was 1 of 10 for -2 yards. His one completion in the red zone was a screen.
Pass.
Yes, to a screen to Malik Neighbors that got blown up. Every other throw in the red zone has been like nothing.
You have 30 yards of room, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's not enough for his issue. That's not enough for a moonball. He needs 40 for that.
He's so bad. I remember he'd get fringe MVP conversations from like 2017.
Every year.
Oh. And it's just like, the guy's just not very good. Like the second, I remember in 2016 it was, where, so they were largely healthy. Like Chancellor would miss a few games here and there, just because his body was already, sack him! And I don't know if mine is a bit ahead of yours.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but I don't mind.
Yeah. But, so I remember Earl Thomas broke his leg against the Panthers in a game they won, and they won it in a blowout. And then the next week they had the Packers. And I was with my cousin, and he was like, no, the Seahawks will be fine. They have a system. I'm like, they do not have a system where you're He didn't really watch the NFL. He just knew who the Seahawks were. And I was like, no, there is no system where you can deal without this freak covering all the space in the world. They are cooked. And then Rodgers put like 40 on in that same game. It was dreadful.
Poor Jefferson. Justin Jefferson deserves an elite quarterback. He deserves... I always think about these teams with like bad quarterbacks and great skill positions. I'm like, they should take Dak Prescott from Dallas, man. Dak deserves better.
Yeah, Dak's solid, man. I like Dak, but it's just,
I mean, Dallas defense again. Literally, with defense, a quick way to do this by any side, just count good players. On the defense, it's Deron Bland. And he's always hurt. So, all right, then count this. It's Kenny Clark and Osa Odighizuwa. It's two good players that play the same position. And that's cool. That's a strength. It's just not a pass rusher, though. Like, Micah and Miles, like, they are playing a different sport. Like, I know statistically, but you turn on the film, those are two freaks.
Those Browns, and I get it, the Browns defense is pretty much, they've been good for pretty much the entire time I've watched the league. Well, not the entire time, but like 8 of them.
But you want to know why? Because you watched the league while Myles Garrett is in the league.
And the guy is just a bit of a freak.
He's a freak.
He's huge, and he moves really fast, and he's got stupid technique. Like, he's a joke.
I think I have them as like 4 and 5 or 3 and 4 in terms of like all time. They're the second and third best edges I've ever watched. Like which
Who
one's sec?
Who are the other guys in your 5?
All time, I think I would put Lawrence Taylor, J.J. Watt, Reggie White. Those are the guys I would put ahead of those two right now. Obviously, I didn't watch much of Reggie White and Lawrence Taylor. I'm going to take Bill Belichick's word for Lawrence Taylor, though. That guy was also always coked up. So,
he just loves cocaine.
The big cocaine guy. So, did it make him better? Did it make him worse? Could have been both.
Yeah. But I see of him as just him doing some of the stupidest shit I've ever seen. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but J.J. Watt is always still the best pass rusher I've ever watched. Like that guy was ridiculous.
And he was a 3 line as well, which is nuts.
He started out as a 3 tech, yeah. So he wasn't even a proper edge to start. But that guy was ridiculous.
Right, we'll go to your friend now, Justin Herbert. I like him, but I'm not a Herbert fan.
I don't even think he's been playing better than he has. I do have. So I just think it's the Chargers have actual receivers. Like I don't think Herbert has looked anything better than he has since 2021. I think this is still the same quarterback. He's still as good. It's just when we say he's top 5, people are actually listening.
Yeah.
Like every year there's always a couple teams or fans will be like, this veteran we sign is actually he's still got a couple more years left in him and our young guy will take a step. How many times does that happen? That's just not a good process. But it's worked out for LA. Quentin Johnston over the middle on these dig routes, cross routes, post routes has been dynamic down the field. Keenan Allen does still have something. Like he and Herbert, they've still got that connection in the red zone. I know people are dooming about Ladd McConkey. I still think Ladd is good. I mean, I just think that they don't necessarily need Ladd to have 120 yards a game, which is bad for people who drafted him in fantasy, good for the Chargers as a team.
I watched Herbert quite a lot last year, and I was like, he's good. He just seems like he lacks some balls. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just seems like not the most confident type of player. And I didn't judge that based off any interview, just watching him. He seemed like he lacked some balls. But this year, and obviously in the playoffs, things went really bad. I know he had 4 picks. I only thought 2 of those were what you could really attribute to him. So the 4 was a bit of an overblown thing.
Yeah, but if you say here's the issue, I agree with you. But then you say, "Oh, dude, all 4 weren't his fault." You sound like you're trying to excuse all 4. So I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, yeah, man, it was a tough playoff game for Herbert Hive. It was a tough game.
Yeah, I mean, I like him. He's fun to watch. And even that first game against the Chiefs this year, he was fun. And then who did they play in week 2?
Week 2, I think it was Vegas.
No, Denver was last week. Oh yeah, Vegas was the week before, and he played really well. He played well in week 2 as well. Week 3 was solid. Like the Chargers are just solid because they've got a good defense. They can run the ball well, and then you have Herbert.
This is my actual concern with the Chargers. They have run the ball horrifically. They are 29th in stuff rate, so they get stuffed often. 30th in EPA rush, 21st in success rate. That's my concern really with the Chargers. That running game has been awful to start the year. Just awful.
I think they'll manage to pick it up.
I don't think they'll be that bad, but it is a concern.
But even last year, they ran the ball a lot, and that's why they had good rushing yards.
That's another thing. They're not running the ball as much as they need to. Their pass rate over expected. Given down, distance, score, game situation, all of that, there's an algorithm that says should you pass or run, what's the expected probability. Chargers are number 1 in that metric ahead of Kansas City. And Kansas City, that doesn't really count because Kansas City uses the short passing game as like a supplement to the run game. Like
similar to
it's
what
a
the Patriots did at some points.
yeah, like it's a pass, but like it's not. It's basically the run game. The Chargers are just straight up like dropping back at a ridiculous rate because Amarian Hampton is just he's not a first round running back, man. It's tough, but like like the type of athlete he needed to be to make that play style work, he's not. It's not like Ashton Genty where it's like Genty's numbers look bad, but it's like Genty, you turn on the tape.
Everything after contact.
Yeah, literally, or it's 144 yards on the year, 146 after contact.
Yep.
And you watch a Genty game, you just like, okay, this guy's moving different. Like it's such a superlative thing to say, but like special football players, you watch them, and even when they're like not producing, evil. This is the evilest offense ever. They keep finding a way.
It's how I'd play on Madden, basically, and it's disgraceful.
It's disgraceful. It's just they do this. You know what? And maybe this is the Steelers' identity. They
have to be bad at some point. Like,
it should be this year.
And I mean, if they lose this, I think they're in trouble. Yeah, if they lose this game, I think they're in trouble.
They're in the red zone.
Yeah, when they're in the red zone, I feel pretty comfortable in them scoring. But yeah, I don't see them because their first 7 games are pretty soft. Outside of this was the game I probably had the most concern about going into, especially now that Burrow's injured, because I think they have them in week 6 or 7. And I'm like, okay, you can probably stack up a bunch of wins here. But if you lose today, and now you're 2-2, and I expected them to lose this game at the start of the year. I just thought they beat the Seahawks. And yeah, like they might be in a bit of trouble. But if they can score here and they go into the second quarter up 4, then we'll have to see. And sorry, you were talking about Chargers.
Yeah. I mean, the running game hasn't been good, and that's my concern with, I guess, like, are the Chargers like in that Ravens, Bills, Chiefs tier as a team? It's like, no. That run game is just so bad. Like, my concern is like, it's like, I think 2022, where it'll just be like the Chargers can get up, but then if you can't like run the ball, you're just gonna it's gonna be really easy for teams to come back. Austin Eckler the other day got like a no contact Achilles injury. Everyone was like, "Oh, I'll remember him, fantasy go." I was like, as a Herbert FC member, we do not care about Austin Eckler. That guy sucks. He is the worst. He was on the Chargers, and he had like 2 rushing yards in the second half of a game. They were up 27-0. Like,
is that the Jags game?
That's the Jags game. And the reason the Chargers lost that is because Austin Eckler couldn't run the damn ball. So they had to start like throwing the ball. And then if you miss a completion, the clock stops. So it's like, you know what, Eckler, I've never liked you. I was the only person who was like good. Not good, obviously, but I was like, I'm not mourning.
You won't miss him at all.
I won't miss him at all. No pain. No pain seeing that.
Yeah, like, because I remember seeing that. I was like, how the hell do you lose to the Jags?
You don't run the ball.
You know what I'm saying? And the Jags, like, actually, let me ask you, what do you think about Trevor? Because I don't really think he's very good. And I don't understand what the hype was. And I'm like a big, like, if I look at you and I think you're crap, I will probably never rate you that much. Trevor Lawrence, I just looked at him and I just think, you can't be an elite quarterback. Look at your hair. Look at the way you are. You just have horrible body language. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's the accuracy, man. His accuracy is just really inconsistent for Lawrence. And coming out, it's like, dude, he's a good athlete. He's got a good arm. He's got a good pocket management. The accuracy can get better. But, like, now, granted, he just hasn't been helped at all in Jacksonville. Year 1 with Urban Meyer, that was tough. Year 2, he was a college coach. He had one of one of the all-time NFL coaching careers. Nobody liked it. Year two was good. That's when they won a playoff game. Year three,
He got hurt halfway through the year.
he got hurt I think that was that this year? No, or that was last year, I think. Or no, I don't remember. But like, it's where it's like,
No,
for
last year he was
example,
just rubbish the whole
yeah,
year. He was just bad.
no, last year I think is when he got hurt. I think because he missed some time.
Let me look.
But
I'm
yeah, but
no.
this year, for example, like you come in, it's like, okay, Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter, this can be a good receiving room. Well, Brian Thomas Jr. doesn't want to catch the football. He's like scared of it. And like I'm kind of out on Lawrence being like the guy, but I'm like, well, at the same time, I'm like, dude, that's what can you ask him to do? His receiver is like
He's afraid of the ball.
he's afraid of the football. Like, hospital ball is the buzzword this year. 80% of the hospital balls you see, they're not hospital balls. Like, they're like, oh, Lawrence is throwing them hospital balls. I'm like, no, Lawrence is throwing over the middle of the field. You need to be able to do that. Like, and even when you look at like old hospital balls, they say this about Manning a lot,
Yeah.
where it's like, no, that's just the 2000s NFL, where it's like you can kill a receiver. Like, you didn't need to make a play on the ball. Like, you watch those hospital balls, and it's like, well, the defender isn't even going for the football. Like, I'm like, yeah, I guess it's a hospital ball, but that's because the defender is like, I'm gonna kill you. I don't care about playing the ball.
When
I'm
did
like,
that type of stuff change?
pretty like, I think early 2010s is around when it stopped, where they were like, hey, so defenseless receivers, you can't just hit them. Because I remember like mid 2000s is like a big thing. You go back and watch like big hits. It's like, or they'll be like, oh, Peyton Manning hospital ball, and I'm like, this isn't a hospital ball. This is a hole shot, and the defender literally just does not look for the ball one time, and he
Cam
was just
Chancellor, funny.
Cam Chancellor was the most ethical of this.
His was
He,
funny. Like, his hit on Vernon Davis is hilarious.
I mean, that's one of the all-time hit sticks. Like,
Yeah. So yeah, Lawrence throws. Actually, no, we'll get away from that. Chiefs. So you text me and you said you're not worried.
I'm not worried.
You go first on this.
All right, I've got many. I did the most work on this one. So yeah, I'm not worried. I think Addison. I think Josh Simmons has been exactly what I saw from Ohio State. To me, that was like, I had him as like a blue chip grade, and I was like, dude, if he's healthy, he's good. I don't care about these off the field concerns. They weren't at Ohio State. Chiefs got him at 31 or 32, whatever it was, and bang, there's their franchise left tackle. He's been good to start the season, and he's a rookie. Rookie tackles will get better over time. You got Josh Simmons, Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith. You have three great linemen at tackle, guard, and center. You can be a great line for the next. There's no reason they can't be a great line for like 7, 8 years. So it's like, I think the line is fine. Worthy and Rice have not played so far, so I think that's really hurting them. I know it's a little bit of projection from Rice and Worthy, like what they need to be. They haven't shown they can be over a season, but I'm gonna, I guess, do some projecting. I think
Worthy picked up towards the end of the year. Like, he
right,
looked
and
legitimate, proper receiver last year. And Rice was pretty good before he popped his knee open as well. So
right. So if those two are, when we last saw those two, if they come back and look like that, then the receiving room is fine. I think it'll be maybe Mahomes' deepest. Travis Kelce is washed, but if I tell you 2025 Travis Kelce as the third option, I can live with that. Tyquan Thornton, if he's just going to be this deep threat guy, If he can actually catch the ball deep, I think that can work as well. The actual only concern I have is this running back room. Oh my goodness, it is. I
So
think
bad.
it's them and the Bears, the two worst running back rooms in the league. So far through 2 weeks, Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco have a combined 5 missed tackles forced. Hunt has 2, Pacheco has 3. The names they're with.
Hunt has 2 and Pacheco has, and Hunt's the fat one. Like he's the guy who'll just truck a man.
Yeah, like I saw a tweet from Chiefs Twitter where they were like, Kareem Hunt will turn a 2-yard run into a 5-yard run, but he'll also turn a 20-yard run into a 5-yard run. And I'm like, that's pretty accurate. But some names that Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco are with in the missed tackles force. Tyler Algier, who has never been the guy who misses or forces missed tackles. He's actually a great pass protector. I think Hunt PFF has like at a 0.8 for grade as a pass blocker, and Pacheco is at like a 40. So they're not good at that. Tyrone Tracy is a good receiving back. Like that's his kind of forte. Chuba Hubbard is pretty vision heavy. And then there's Brees Hall, who is just kind of can do all 3 of those. Like the names they're with, it's like, okay, well, they provide something else. Like maybe they're not like, elusive runners, but they give you some other aspect of football. Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco don't do that. Like if DeAndre Swift wasn't as awful as he is, this would be the worst. They don't have an NFL running back. Like I don't think either of those should be on a roster. Like they're not top 3 running backs for like most teams. It's like it's bad. I think the GMing needs to be questioned. They've had bad drafts. I know Brett Veach, they still rank him. I think I saw The Athletic. They ranked him 6th or something for front offices. He has not had a good draft in a while, dude. Like, I mean, this draft looks like it could be good, but like they've had like 3 or 4 bad drafts, and that's why the Chiefs have gotten to where it is. Like if the Chiefs trade it offensively, though, I'm not concerned. I think the 2 receivers being out has been exacerbating how bad they are. But even then, dropback success rate for the Chiefs, 13th. EPA per dropback, 11th. Passing yards per play is 18th, but that they have their short, quick games. That doesn't count. And their cumulative success rate in EPA are 9th and 7th. Like I still think this is the same offense. If they trade for a running back, I think that's when it gets like, ooh, it could be scary. Like I would be calling New Orleans and New York about Brees Hall and Alvin Kamara. So I'm not worried about Kansas City.
So I watched a bit of the Jets last year because of Rodgers. That is the worst suffering I've ever had to endure. But I quit after like week 8. So I saw Hall quite a bit, and I was like, he looks fine. For what the Chiefs need, I probably would like Kamara just because he can do both. But he's a bit of a cripple. Sack him!
No. It's not really that he's a cripple. I think Kamara still got it. I just think that trading for Kamara is going to cost the Saints a lot in money. So you would have to give up probably like more draft compensation than you would like. Versus Brees Hall, who's in like I think the final year of his rookie deal. So like I think Hall is the easily tradable, but if you could get Kamara for like a third, I could get it. Honestly, even for a second, you're the Chiefs. That's basically a 3-round pick. I think about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I don't know if you listened to the national anthem, by the way. I know I texted you this, but like this was it was the funniest national anthem.
I went to go get a drink, so I only heard the woman.
It was like a country singer singing the most country accent ever. The national anthem.
I heard the US one because
no, that was that one. That's the one I was like cracking up about. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, yeah, this is quite amusing, to be honest.
So you couldn't have chosen a funnier one. The defense for the Chiefs, though, I'm a little bit more.
People have been trying to sound the alarm on it, and I've been seeing it. And I'm just like, no.
I mean, It's not good. Okay, I'll say this way: if like my concern last year was that the Chiefs' offense last year, the Chiefs' defense was not good enough to carry. Like they weren't 2 years ago where the Chiefs are. They're not that defense anymore. They need the offense to pick up the slack now. They still have Chris Jones, and Chris Jones is like still great. He's still one of the few guys that can change a game plan. Nick Bolton has not been good to start the season. He's missed some tackles. He hasn't been triggering downhill as fast as he needs to be.
Yeah.
And that's why even though like they're only allowing 4 yards a rush, it's like a very efficient 4 yards. They rank 29th in EPA and success rate. So it's like the 4 yards they're letting up are always like, 3rd and 4, 2nd and 8. Like
and even then 4 yards, like I think of it as in like, could you run this 3 times and pick up a first down? Yes. That's not good.
Right. And like with Kansas City, I mean, maybe the defense can get better over the season. I think the passing defense, especially, Noel Williams has been a rookie. He's been a pretty solid cornerback too. Jalen Watson has stepped up. So if it's them and McDuffie and Chris Jones and Omar Nolan Lott has been kind of interesting to start the year. It's like, okay, you can work with that as a pass defense. I don't think that's awful. Like Karlaftis is whatever, but like overall, I think the pass defense can be fine. I think they're around top 12 right now on defense, and I think that can get better. The run defense, I'm a little more concerned about. Chris Jones is not really a big run defending guy. That's not really his forte. But you need someone next to him. As a Cowboys fan, I can tell you that a bad nose tackle, you just won't have a good defense or a good run defense with a bad nose tackle. These snaps are just so low. Oh my
touchdown!
God. Oh my God.
Anish, let's do this every week when the Steelers play, if they win.
God, he just looks evil. It's evil. Everything about this team looks like a video game evil. They look like a evil organization. This terrible towel nonsense too. They just look evil. It's evil franchise.
Brilliant run.
Nothing brilliant about that. That's awful.
Yes, it is. It's a great play. That went all the way. One play.
Oh, look at this shot. Oh, disgusting.
I knew you'd hate that picture.
Mike Tomlin just looks comically evil.
He looks like something that could be some sort of.
He looks like a video game boss.
No, he looks like someone who played Kingpin for Spider-Man.
I can see that. But I kind of like him just because Steelers fans try to blame everything on him. They were like, Mike Tomlin isn't as good as you think he is, and it's like it's because he's too good. We can't suck. It's like, well,
like he gets 9 wins every single year.
Yeah, it's like he's always overachieving. I agree with the point where it's like, Tomlin, you might be too good at your job. We can't actually be long-term good. I agree with that point, but then I don't think that's like, well, Mike Tomlin's actually too bad and needs to be fired.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to hire a coach who's bad, who wins you 3 games, so you can eventually win 9 games the year after that, and then maybe win 12 the year after that.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I think the real thing is just like, my thing, I guess, is if you're Tomlin, you might have banked enough goodwill that you could actually survive a season going like 3-14 or something. Like if you are the GM being like, Tomlin, we're gonna let you go 3-14. And I'm not saying like Tomlin is like one of the great coaches, but like right now, I just think he's a good coach. And Steelers fans are like, oh, my steak is too well done, or it's so good. It's just a medium rare, and it's not 135 degrees internal. It's like, all right, man. like my team, literally, Mike McCarthy famously just had a sleepover with Jerry Jones, and was
Yeah, I've heard that story. That's how they hired him.
that's how they hired him.
Let's have some beers. Let's play some PlayStation, and then we'll hire you off of that. That's outrageous, man. But yeah, where were we? Chiefs pass defense.
Yeah.
I have thought that the questions were overstated. Like ultimately, Herbert can go crazy on any defense. Like he is a
right. And even in that game, Chris Jones, like the first quarter, got like noticeably banged up, and he was like just not moving the same the rest of the game. They were fine against Philadelphia, but Philadelphia also is a hilarious team.
They are. I struggle to watch them. And I am Satan's strongest soldier when it comes to the NFL.
You watch Aaron Rodgers, so
exactly. I watch Rodgers, and I will deal with these 10 yards. Listen, I got excited that he threw the ball 13 yards across the middle. Okay, it led to a touchdown, but that's besides the point. Like I watch Rodgers every week and have them for the past 2 years. So yeah, I can deal with teams that are good but don't play interesting football. I'm not saying the Steelers are good, but you get the point I'm trying to make. The Eagles, they're just egregious, man. Like, you don't throw the ball at all.
And it's not like they can't. That's the issue. Exactly. That's the funnier thing.
You have A.J. Brown, who is a really good one-on-one receiver, and he's built like a bull. Devontae Smith is nice. And then you have good tight ends. You have nice third receivers. Barkley can play out of the pass-catching game. You can probably, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. You can probably split him for some...
Yeah, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could split out Barkley. That's fine.
Yeah. So you have all these different guys, and you just don't throw the ball at all. And the thing is, neither of us are particularly high on Jalen Hurts. Fine.
But he's not this bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're treating him like he's Trent Dilfer. Like
and worse than Dilfer.
Like, Dilfer got to throw the ball sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, the second half of the Rams game, it just felt like they were like, we have A.J. Brown, guys. Like, it seems like they've forgotten about A.J. Brown for 10 quarters. You know and I don't know, maybe he was reading a book in the locker room, and they were like, who are you? And he's like, I'm A.J. Brown. I'm like the 5th best receiver in the NFL. And they're like, whoa, we're going to throw you the ball. And
probably use you.
We should maybe use you. And like breaking down, like, or watching the film, I think a lot of it comes down to play calling. Hurts, I'm not a big Hurts guy, but it's like if the Chiefs were showing like a 7-man front and Kevin Patullo was just giving him no routes to beat a blitz, it's like 4 3-second routes that like will take a time. Like, you got to hold on to the football. I'm like, look, I don't like Hurts, but what is he supposed to do there, man? Like, he just has to hold the ball and wait. Like, you can't scramble. You can't throw the ball errantly. It's man on man. Like, I just think if the Eagles, and this is, I think they're playing Tampa Bay this year or this week.
Yes, Baker.
And I'm not a Baker guy.
We are talking about Baker Mayfield later on.
Yeah, we can talk about Baker, but
yes,
like,
the most irrational conversation you've ever heard.
But with Tampa Bay, I'm like, Philadelphia should not lose to Tampa Bay. Could they, though? Absolutely. They've only shown one good half of football. Outside of that, like, if they play how they played in the first half of the Rams game for the whole game against Tampa Bay, they're going to lose that game.
Yeah. Like, the Eagles are just weird. Because, like, last year, like, everyone complained that they weren't fun to watch. Fine. But they were still stomping on everyone's heads. Because Barkley was smacking his head across when he was sprinting.
They passed just enough.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. Like, they passed just enough to deal with all the other noise that is inevitably going to come with the fact that you have Jalen Hurts as your quarterback as opposed to someone else. Mm-hmm. And Hurts is good and Hurts is a good runner. Like, he's just a nice game manager. Like, that's what he is. Fucker. And so, yeah, like, they were good enough in the pass game, and Barkley was sprinting. And the thing is, they passed enough to open the field up for Barkley to go on his laps around the end zone. But this year, they have, like you said, they have 7-man boxes in front of them, and they're trying to run Barkley. And Barkley, for all the time I've watched him, he's not a guy who's going to get you 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, and then break one for 30. He's someone who's going to run. He'll get 1, 1, 3, 2, 1, and then he'll break one for 60. Like, he's not Henry.
I think with Barkley, it's because he's been in New York for 5 years. I don't think that was helping him out. Like, I don't agree with that's what he's been, but I was like, how much of that is because he's been in New York? Like, I think Barkley can gash you like Henry has. But I agree with you. 7-man box, 8-man box, you see that all the time. Why are you still running the football? I mean, people were week 1, they were like, oh, Dallas defense, they figured something out in the second half. Well, it's like, no, they didn't. What they did is they just said, Philadelphia, throw the football. Philadelphia said no.
No.
They said no. They asked Philadelphia to throw the football. Philadelphia said no.
Why are you giving Jefferson a cushion?
That's a very smart idea. What do you mean?
So, yeah. Like, I don't understand. Like, this new offensive coordinator is weird. Like, Kellen Moore, he was an ex-Cowboys guy, I remember, because Skip always used to complain about him. He was like, Kellen Moore is this, that, and the rest of it is quite funny. Skip's crash outs were always funny. And, like, he seemed pretty good last year, but this year, like, this Patula guy, like, he doesn't seem to rate him at all. He thinks he's worse than, I don't know, whoever the 15th, he probably still thinks he's worse than Aaron Rodgers. And
honestly, that's literally, I think the Eagles have been running a more limited offense than Pittsburgh has. There's no reason they should be doing that.
Yeah, like the weapons you have, like there's no reason at all to do it. Like they're really good players.
Right. You don't even need to throw over the middle of the field. They can actually survive without doing that. Hurts can't do it, but like, dude, you hit some deep shots to AJ Brown, you hit some digs to Devontae Smith. That's all you need. Like, Hurts can throw the ball 15 times, and as long as they're a good 15 times, that's fine.
Yeah, the Eagles, they're just a weird team. And the thing is, you'd think that, like, Sirianni, he seems like a bit of a weirdo. But, you'd think at a certain point, you'd just be like, just throw the ball more. We have a guy who can throw the ball somewhat, and he clearly doesn't mind throwing the ball, even though he's not great at it. Fine, just, stop being stupid.
Sirianni's like one of those culture guys, and those culture guys, I always look at them with an eyebrow raise. I'm like, what do you do? Jim Harbaugh, I'm a big Jim Harbaugh person, but how much of that is because he was like, he goes on interviews, he was like, I wake up at 4 a.m. I think, how do I get Justin Herbert to the Hall of Fame? And I'm like, Jim Harbaugh, I also wake up thinking about that. You can actually do more about it than me, but I also wake up thinking,
all I can do is send propaganda on the internet.
Exactly. All I can do is send out good messaging for Justin Herbert. But, I mean, we can...
Oh, you piece of shit.
I mean, speaking of a Harbaugh...
I've already accidentally sworn on this, but I'm trying to make conscious. Like, John is infuriating.
They are really lucky Todd Monken has not left them for a head coaching job.
They are like Harbaugh and Ravens are another team that I watched a lot because I like Henry just because he's a bruiser and Lamar's always fun to watch. But just what are you doing? You've got like. They lose all these huge leads. And at a certain point, it is just like, when are you going to let this guy go? I get you in a certain amount of games. But Jesus Christ, you're winning these games because Lamar is going superhero every single
They're not winning these games anymore, though. That's the issue.
That's the thing. Like, Harbaugh's just not very good.
He's too conservative, I think. He's just too conservative. Like, the Bills game, 4th and 2, it was, I think, 4th and 2.
Run a read option or something.
I mean, it's like, dude, you don't trust. It's 41 to, I think it was like 41 to 40. You don't trust Lamar Jackson. You would rather give Josh Allen, I think, was having like the 7th best fourth quarter ever. And or yards, like straight up yards. And he was the only one that won because if you're throwing that much in the fourth, you're probably not winning. But Allen won because they couldn't stop Allen.
But they also couldn't stop you. And okay, Henry turned the ball over. Fine. But he's not going to turn the ball over. Like, okay, maybe he will.
Maybe he will, but you go out like that. You go out like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Henry is Like Henry's as steady as any back that's been around for a long time. Like, just run a read option and trust that Lamar will do something with it.
Yeah, I mean, trust that your guys can get 2 yards, man. Like, come on. And you want to talk about fourth quarter leads? 46 fourth quarter points allowed. That is the most.
Pick!
Oh my goodness,
Satan!
This better. Yeah, this better. I don't know what Carson Wentz does sometimes.
He's so bad.
Just stared him down that entire route. But the Ravens. So for one, they're averaging 37 points per game.
Yeah, you score that many points, you should be 3-0.
You should be 3-0. They're the only team to have a losing record.
It's not like they scored 60 in one game, right? And then they scored 20, and now the third game averages it out. Fine.
It's like 45, 41, 34.
They scored 40 against the Browns, and okay, that was a bit fake, somewhat, because the Browns.
The Browns offense was not helping.
Yeah, they're so bad. But the Bills' defense, we'll have to see what happens with them. But they weren't great last year. They were like fine.
I don't think they're that good.
Yeah, like I think this might be McDermott's last year there if the defense isn't very good and they don't win the Super Bowl. And last week, the Lions, they let you score 30 on them, and the Lions defense is pretty good. And even then, I'm pretty sure it was only like 24 they gave up because the last one was a garbage time touchdown. So fine. But you scored 24, let's assume 24, 35, and 40 against 3 decent teams, 3 decent defensive teams. You shouldn't be 1-2. And like, if the Browns had a competent quarterback, there's every chance they could have lost that game.
I mean, for that first half, Myles Garrett was like holding back a flood. Like, if there was a good quarterback in Cleveland, that very easily could have been an upset. Truly. 46 fourth quarter points is, I think, the most since the 2020 Falcons have like allowed through 3 weeks. It's not good. There's the Ravens overall second in points allowed, pass yards allowed, rushing success rate, third in rushing yards allowed. And they are first in opposing rushing EPA. Shows. I don't think they're bottom of everything. I don't think it's all their fault. They've had some injuries to the front seven. Matabike is going to be out for a while.
Him and they're important pieces.
Yeah, but I mean, especially to the run defense. But I also don't think the defensive coordinator is helping Zach Orr.
What happened last year? Because they were really, really bad. And then from
they switched to cover one. They switched to cover one because they were like, well, we have 5 first-round picks in the secondary. Let's trust them to be good. And this year, they're like, no. You got Malachi Starks, Kyle Hamilton, Nate Wiggins. Those are all first-round investments that you're just not trusting to play well. And they have played well. I think Nate Wiggins is pretty good. Starks can be a fine second safety. Kyle Hamilton in cover one saved your season. And they're just not trusting them to play that well. Like, I don't know why.
And I get it. Madden's not a great example of it. But I like playing cover 3 all the time. I rinse cover 3 till the cow. I couldn't use it with the Ravens. They were just awful. I had to switch to cover 1. Like,
they're a good cover 1 team. I mean, it also helps with cover 1 where it's like if you're weak in the front 7, then you're usually rotating an extra guy down. Like, that's usually how you kind of deal with these issues. I think the defensive scheme it's way too easy for Buffalo. Like, there were a bunch of times that Buffalo sent a guy in motion. It was just way too easy for Josh Allen to know what Baltimore was throwing at him. And if a quarterback knows what he's getting, especially one like Allen, you're not going to win a football game like that. If Allen knows what's coming, you're not winning a football game. And on the run side, I think it's just very weird. They played against Detroit really weird. They stuck in nickel the whole time. They were like, we're not going to get beat in play action. And it lets Penei Sewell, like, every single time could just immediately climb to the linebacker. And it's got Penei Sewell on a linebacker. And it's like, okay, well, if you're going to do that, I mean, yeah. Like, Vic Fangio hates blitzing. Vic Fangio would love to sit and dime, play quarters, and play cover 6 all game long. But against the Rams, where they were like getting gashed for 6 yards a gain or 7 yards a gain on the ground, he was like, you can't win like that. Like, if you're getting gashed for 7 yards a run every time, that's untenable. That's not, you can't like possibly win like that. Like, it's over. Like, you're not, the offense won't even get a chance to get the ball back. Fumbles are just luck, pretty much. Like, you can't live like that. And Baltimore was like, but play action. Well, it's like, well, I don't care about the play action.
You know what I'm saying?
David Montgomery is like, this is the 10th time this drive he's rushed for 5 yards. Like,
and the thing is, Montgomery's not like, he's a guy who will, he's not a guy who's going to break a big run. So
72 yards.
There's no reason that David Montgomery should be breaking large runs against you. Back on the line of scrimmage, man.
I mean, on that play, literally, Penei Sewell is uninhibited to climb the levels. Uninhibited. There's just nobody that's even putting a body on Penei Sewell. The way that Detroit did it, to be a little technical, they would line up Sam Laporta, they would line up in bunch to the right, and that would widen out Odafe away, and it would just nobody would fill that gap, and it was just a wide open Penei Sewell was just could climb. No Matabike, they're stubborn and sticking to nickel. I don't think Roquan has been amazing.
He's been first down, good. Yeah, he hasn't seemed very good. And I've seen a few clips of him, and he's just been gashed a bit. And
I don't think he was good last year. I think Kyle Hamilton was doing a lot of covering up for Roquan.
He's really good, by the way.
Kyle Hamilton, yeah. I mean,
I can't really. I can tell with corners and pass rushes pretty well. Anything else, I'm a bit struggling on because I don't watch the film either. Like, Kyle Hamilton jumps off the screen.
Hamilton is as good as you can reasonably get for an off ball. Not as good as you can get, but he's like probably one of the better, probably the best off non-pass rusher players. But this is another separate point where it's like, there's a point where I kind of don't care how good Kyle Hamilton is. He's not an edge rusher. There's a reason, like, one of the podcasts I listen to, one of the guys is like, Kyle Hamilton's just as good as Myles Garrett. No, it's not. Like, even if like Kyle Hamilton was as good of a safety, being an edge is king. And that's one of the weaknesses of Baltimore. Their edge rushers have been bad.
They've not been good for a few. They can't get after the quarterback at all.
They can't get back. Yeah, they can't get after the quarterback. And that's why Buffalo literally did not need to leave anyone at all. Like, and granted, Buffalo's a good offensive line, but it's like, well, yeah, you're giving Allen, like, he can just sit there in the pocket. And Allen is a good pocket passer now. Like, Allen can sit in the pocket. He'll gladly, like, what's to say that, like, Mahomes doesn't do that as well? He just sits there. He doesn't need to scramble. This Ravens defense, just the way they're being called is awful. The personnel issues are one thing.
Oh no, go on, carry on.
Yeah, the personnel issues are one thing, but then it's like defense, especially in the NFL, is a weak link system. It's kind of like defense in the NBA. Yeah, where offenses will be like, well, I don't care if you're good at these 8 positions. I'm just gonna go to these like positions where you're bad. And if you're not like trying to hide that up, teams are just picking on Chidobe Awuzie, who is, you know, on his 4th team in 4 years. So say what that is. And they're picking on their edges because their edges are abysmal. Like, so it's like, you're not trying to scheme anything up. You're not trying to disguise it. You're not trying to. They just need to run 5 down fronts and stick and cover 1, especially with Matabike out. He's on IR with a neck injury.
He might be done for the year.
Yeah, that's a possibility. They might finish with a losing record. That's not an easy schedule.
Yeah, I mean, because I remember thinking that I remember seeing their schedule and I thought this is 11, maybe 12 wins, like at best. And I counted on them winning the first. Go on, move, Rodgers! He's running! He's running! He's gonna get a first down! Did he fumble the ball?
I hope he did.
He fumbled the ball, but they picked it up.
Oh my good! Oh my! This is.
He ran the ball, Anish.
Not only does he fumble the ball, for people who haven't watching, it's a perfect. It's the biggest bounce I've seen. It bounces right into the lineman
I looked
in
down,
his
like,
chest.
I saw him go
The
down.
lineman did not need to like actually recover the ball. The ball bounced into the lineman. This is the this
It's
is
a
the devil.
lateral.
This is what they say. This is what they say Real Madrid is. This is like, you know what? This is like if Real Madrid were like mid. Like imagine if like Real Madrid did this for winning the Europa. That's what the Steelers are.
I
Oh,
didn't
look at
even
Mike
see it
Tomlin. Look at Mike Tomlin smiling. Evil man.
because I, honest to God, I looked down once the guy got hold of him, so I didn't see him fumble it. I look back up and I see 77 running to the ball. Like, what happened? You're so upset.
I'm upset. That was the worst fumble I've ever seen.
Right. Ravens, we were on. Yeah. How do you see the game going tonight? Because I think that the Chiefs might lay a beating on them.
Their offense, the Chiefs' offense is just not good enough to where I feel comfortable about laying a beating on them. And the Ravens, Lamar is still Lamar. But I like the Chiefs to win this one. I like them to maybe score 30. Like, they could do it. The Browns got, I think, 17, 20.
17,
That's the Browns.
And they threw, and that was with
Joe
some
Flacco.
really bad, Joe Flacco,
Right.
and some really bad special teams work. So.
Right. Like, why can't Kansas City score 30?
And that's just, like, from the Ravens' point, like, and it's funny, because the big thing that, I think Lamar's clearly better than Burrow. Fine. But a big thing that the Ravens fans would end up pointing to, saying as to why Lamar's far better than Burrow, is the fact that they win games. Like, I don't like Joe Burrow. It's a bit hard to win games when your defense is giving up 35.
Yeah, they're getting the Joe Burrow experience.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, fine. Derrick Henry, I looked at his numbers last night. And he goes every other year where he just goes through this, like, one year he'll fumble a lot, the next year he just won't fumble. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
I didn't even know that was a thing. My thing was, I was like, it's not going to be 3 fumbles in 3 games bad for the rest of the season.
No. So listen to this. I was checking it earlier. So his first 3 years, he barely fumbled. He fumbled twice in the first 3 years.
He was, I think, a backup for his first 3 years as well.
Okay, so if we just go, he was a starter from year
maybe
3.
Year 3. That's
year 3, and he got 1,000 yards, and he started 12 games. 1 fumble, fine. Year after that, 5. Year after that, 3. Okay, that's fine. Year after that, he only plays 8 games, but only 1 fumble. So factor that out for the 2 years, that's 2. 22, 6 fumbles. 23, plays all 17 games, 1,100 yards. That's his last year in Tennessee, 0 fumbles. Last year, 3 fumbles the whole year. This one, he already has 3. It's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, like, and even with the fumbles, like, if the defense wasn't this abysmal, maybe it cost them against the Bills, but it doesn't cost you. It's not why you lost against the Lions. Like, maybe the fumbles by Henry are points-wise causing the losses, but they're not the reason why Baltimore's in a position to lose the game, if that makes sense. Like, the deeper underlying issue is the defense.
Definitely. Like, they are... Because, again, like we said at the start of this, you're scoring 37 points a game. There is absolutely no reason for you to not be 3-0. Or at least
2-1. They're the only team in NFL history to score as many points as they have through week 3 and have a losing record. They're the only team.
And the thing is, Henry isn't going to, and I think Henry's not going to fumble every single game for the rest of the year. Like,
right.
Don't get a delayed game. Good. Don't get a sack! Oh, God.
Yeah, go down, old man.
But, yeah, like, there's no reason for you to keep, like, you cannot reasonably math in that Henry's going to keep fumbling the ball. So what is the excuse going to be then? Like, the defense is just bad. I didn't know they switched to cover 1. I just remember they were a lot better then than they were. They were a lot better at the end of the year than they were at the start. So
they switched to cover 1.
Like, just play cover 1. Stop being a coward.
I don't know why they went back. That's my thing. I don't know why they went back to playing this dime too high shell. I don't know why.
I don't even like cover 2 because then you've only got 9 men at most down by the line. And it's just like, well, 9 men in front of the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, just trust your 1 second. And I get it. Not everyone's got Carl Hamilton back there. But you do have Carl Hamilton.
That's the thing. Like, the Cowboys, when they had Micah, they didn't blitz that often. You want to know why? Because they had Micah Parsons. You don't need to blitz that often when you have Micah Parsons, when you have a Myles Garrett. That's the point of these great players is you don't need to, like, they can make up ground for certain things. Like, I mean, like, if we think of, like, with quarterbacks, like Allen, Lamar, Mahomes, none of them have, like, even top 10 receivers, but it doesn't matter because it's Allen, Lamar, and Mahomes. We can extend that to Herbert as well, where it's like, well, they're like the quarterback is so good that it can make up for the lack of this top 10 receiver, top 5 receiver, and it's fine. That's the point.
That's a big thing from like the way people say that, oh, player X doesn't have weapons. Just like, okay, so he's not that good then. Because
like,
if the best quarterbacks can score points without having elite weapons on their end. Like, it's just that simple.
Right, like the elite top 5 guys, like the guys that are like truly like they'll never actually be overpaid, they can work.
Yeah, and like my ideal is you have an elite defense, you have a running back who can run somewhat, and then you have just an elite quarterback and you can fill in with guys who are just serviceable. Like
elite defense and elite quarterback got the Chiefs to 3 straight Super Bowls.
Exactly. Oh,
Did he miss?
He blocked.
Ah, damn it. I wanted him to miss because
Satan's too strong for that.
Well, no. I just Cowboys. My at this point, the only thing I'm rooting for is Brandon Aubrey hype. So this is our biggest opposition. Brandon Aubrey would have gotten the ball out quicker, so it wouldn't have been blocked. That's the angle I'll run with.
Okay, but yeah, like elite like so when people say that, oh, the Ravens don't have elite receivers for Lamar, it's like, okay, is that true? But how much are you? How much?
That's also not the issue. Like they still have a great offense. Bateman is fine.
I'm saying like from years prior.
Well, from years prior, it was kind of true. I think there's a level
because you're running the ball a lot and your defense.
Right, and then I think like when they say, oh, they don't have X receivers, as long as the receivers are not like actively detracting, like
Mahomes in 23.
Yeah, like where Mahomes is like, where it's like, okay, well, not only do these receivers drop the ball, they drop the ball and give them to the defense. It's like, well, like at that point, that's ruining it. But like, as long as like they can work, like, if you have like Worthy and Rice, where it's like, all right, these are 2 guys I can do things with, Flowers and Bateman and Likely, like they're like none of those guys are tier 1 threats, but maybe they're tier 2, tier 3 threats, and that's good enough for like they don't need a tier 1 threat. Like they can kind of survive without that. Allen, Shakir, although the run game for Allen is the big thing. James Cook and Deion Dawkins.
James Cook I like him a lot. Like
he's out here taking smelling salts before every run. Hell yeah, man. He's basically coked up.
It's like Nick Wright on TV.
They'll never make me hate.
Have you seen those smelling salts bits they do?
I'm a big Nick Wright guy.
That makes sense because he's the head of Mahomes FC. So
I mean, he's a Chiefs fan, so it's like fair enough.
Yeah, he has to be. Like it's not like Skip with Brady where he's just glazing him because he fancies him. Like,
right. And then also, big LeBron guy, Nick Wright.
Yeah, that too. To be fair, but I didn't end up liking Nick because of his LeBron stuff. Whenever he talks about LeBron, sometimes he comes off as whiny, and I'm just like,
I mean, random, but speaking about LeBron, there is a Puka Nacua. Apparently, his warm-up routine includes watching LeBron James' career highlights on YouTube.
I now like Puka Nacua.
Yeah, no, Puka Nacua, we're repping you hard.
Right. can they 93 yards in like a minute and change? They shouldn't be able to do this.
I would just throw a big touchdown to Justin Jefferson. I would find a way to do that.
That would also be my game plan.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? So, yeah, we covered Chiefs, Ravens, Chargers. Who else did I want to talk about? Do you remember? Eagles. Let's
We talked about the Eagles.
Cover the Eagles. Let me just check our chat log. I'm sure there was someone else I wanted to cover.
I think those are the main 4, and then you were just like, we riff. I just have a couple of general thoughts about random teams I thought about.
Yeah, shoot, man.
I mean, we talked about the Steelers. Green Bay, we can talk about that defense. Is legit.
Yeah, they look. I don't trust Jordan Love though.
My issue isn't with Jordan Love. My issue is with the offensive line. I don't think it's been very good. Look, Jalen Hurts winning a Super Bowl is proof to me that.
Yeah, but Hurts won't actively lose you a game.
I don't think Love can, but
you know what I'm saying. Like he just seems like he's a bit.
But Love can also win you a game. That's the difference.
Yeah, but he gives me just brain dead bright vibes sometimes.
He is the love child between Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. He's like them. He's like if Brett Favre is here and Aaron Rodgers is here, somewhere in between is Jordan Love.
Yeah,
and
I just don't know about him, man. Like, I watch him, and it's just like, yeah, you do some things in the game where I'm just like, you throw some of the prettiest passes sometimes I've ever seen. That's a horrible pass.
And really quickly speaking of the Packers, Matthew Golden, everyone, will have a big breakout game this Sunday night. It is tradition. It's tradition. It's tradition for the Packers to always break out. Christian Watson, Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon. Like if you're a Packers young guy, Devontae Adams, like back in the day, they always break out against Dallas. They're calling AT&T Lambeau South, and I can't. You got to take that. I think they're 6-0 in Lambeau. They're 5-0 against Dallas, or 6-0 in AT&T. They won their Super Bowl in AT&T. They've won 2 playoff games in AT&T. Like they own AT&T. Oh, yeah. Jefferson, he's so.
I think he's got like 8 catches or something. Like he's just really good.
He's really good. I mean, receivers wise, yeah. I mean, I still have Jefferson as he's that guy. People were bringing up Chase last year, and I was like, well, this is the first. I said this. I was like, look, this would be like the first. This is Chase's first Jefferson year. Jefferson has had like 3 Jefferson years.
Yeah, and also, again, I am not high on Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is better than Kirk Cousins and Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy and Carson Wentz.
J.J. McCarthy has been so bad that I kind of forgive Jim Harbaugh for cheating when he was at Michigan.
McCarthy gives good aura vibes, but I don't know.
I mean, well, it does not help that like McCarthy can only throw one way. His mechanics are really bad. He's not a great athlete.
Bloody hell.
But like McCarthy is just no, you know what? He is pissed. He's so mad.
Well, that was a walk-in, really.
Yeah, he's just slipped. What is his yardage at? Because I feel like every time I look up and the Vikings have the ball,
grab him. All right, good tackle.
6 catches for 51 yards. Hell yeah.
Who, Jefferson?
Yeah.
It feels like it's more.
Fair. But I mean, he's good. He's great. He's my spiritual Ohio State receiver, man. Like spiritually, he went to Ohio State. He's special, man.
Yeah, he's a bit of a freak, isn't he? But what was I going to touch on? So wait, who are we talking about? Sorry, mind trying.
Green Bay.
Green Bay, yeah. You can already see that going from all their guys being able to go down a peg because you've got Micah there. that's just made them a lot better. And
They suddenly have 2 cornerbacks rated in the top 10. One of Seth Walder's metrics. It's like, oh, there are 2 Packers there. I wonder why. Micah Parsons.
And it's just like almost as if you have an elite pass rusher, you're going to be pretty good.
Not even an elite pass rusher like Micah and Miles. Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, elite pass rusher is like Will Anderson, but then like again, those 2, I legitimately think, like, realistically, that was so bad. Wentz.
He's just awful.
He's not. Even his MVP season, his MVP caliber season, was just like third down variance. It's like, all right. But no, Green Bay is like number 1 in defensive DVOA. Their offense is only 15, but I think.
But that's through 3 games, and the Browns' defense is really good.
Right, and they've got Cowboys, Bengals, Cardinals, Steelers, Panthers coming up. So I think they'll be able to.
They'll probably be okay, you know.
They'll be all right. And like even then,
I didn't think he's got his feet down.
What is this throw? What was he doing?
I don't know.
If you're gonna throw it out of bounds, you gotta really gotta throw it with some oomph, you know?
Put some zip on it, man. Right, the Steelers should be able to win this game, right? Because Carson Wentz is really, really bad. Rodgers just get like another touchdown or something and another 10 points, and I think he'll be okay.
I mean, this red zone offense, this is twice in the red zone they've just failed.
You weren't even close either.
Yeah, it should be 14-14, or it should be actually 14-7. The Vikings should be winning this game. I think they've. Why did Jalen Ramsey do that? All right, Jalen. I like Jalen Ramsey.
He's a bit of a shit ass, isn't he? So
I kind of fuck with that. He's from Florida. He's from FSU. That's kind of understandable. Lions. I thought they would miss the playoffs. Dan Campbell, I'm sorry.
I don't think I had them missing. I had them as not being close to as good.
Dan Campbell is special. I have to.
He is culture or a final.
And even then, when they played Baltimore, the thing that really stood out to me was they were able to bring down Lamar a lot. They got 7 sacks on him.
Yeah, and normally I normally put quite a lot of blame on the quarterback for that, and Lamar probably should run off a bit more than he already has.
But here's the thing: I think that was actually the Lions were coached up really well. Dan Campbell, this is how you know I'm a sicko. I'm out here listening to Detroit radio interviews about this. And so Dan Campbell talked about they brought in like Lamar's backup at Louisville and in Baltimore. He's like a mobile quarterback guy. So it's like that's their scout team, Lamar Jackson. And this shows up on film too. Campbell talked about so the way Lamar avoids sacks is when you go low for him, you're not catching Lamar. If you try to go for Lamar's legs, he's too fast. You're not getting him. He's just going to run back. And it works for Lamar Jackson because Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. So if he runs 30 yards downfield in the opposite direction, it's okay because he's going to run 50 yards upfield. But
to this day, the funniest thing, I love it when Kevin Harlan calls the Ravens games because he just turns into a little kid. And there was a game against the Bengals last year, the shootout one. It was it was like a Sunday afternoon game. And Lamar, he ran out of 3 separate sacks. He stiff-armed the guy, ragdolled him to the end zone, and then he just chucked it up there for Isaiah Likely. And it's just there's nothing you can do with this guy. If you just don't chase him.
Right, and that's what the Lions did, actually. What they did is Dan Campbell talked about what he had the Lions do is just don't dive. Surround Lamar with bodies until you can get him in the torso and bring him down. And that's how you watch the film. That's exactly what they did. Nobody on Detroit was diving at all until there was 5 guys, and then they would hit him in the chest, bring him down. That's how they got him for 7 sacks. And look, Dan Campbell. I always said, what does Dan Campbell do? But you're doing stuff like that. He's got aura. I also think Hank Fraley, the offensive line coach for Detroit, offensive line coach, it might be the most important positional coach because like Hank Fraley, and obviously as a Cowboys fan, I've watched Philadelphia do this for like a decade plus. Jeff Stoutland, you give Jeff Stoutland Clay, he gives you like Achilles. Jeff Stoutland's been that for Philadelphia. Hank Fraley's been that for Detroit. Like, if your offensive line coach is that great, that matters. I mean, the Titans coach, I think it's Brian Callahan. I think Brian's the son. The biggest pro of hiring Brian Callahan, his dad, Scott Callahan, great offensive line coach. Like literally, that was the biggest thing. Now he's a nepo baby. Not a good look if you're a coach. I think in week one or week two, they said Brian Callahan, your receiver, he got a hand down on a ball or on a catch, and it was called incomplete. Why didn't you challenge that? And he goes, well, one hand doesn't equal 2 feet. You're an Englishman. Does one hand equal 2 feet for receivers? The answer is yes. One hand is actually equal to 2 feet.
Inbounds, then yes.
Yeah, one hand inbounds is the same as 2 feet inbounds. So I was like, all right.
Wait, so he didn't challenge it?
He didn't, because he didn't know that one hand, if you get a hand inbound, that's the equivalence essentially of 2 feet inbounds. Just did not seem to know that rule.
How is he a coach? How did he pass the interview?
He's a nepo baby.
But his dad's a line coach. He's not a head coach.
Yeah, but he's a nepo baby. The NFL is a big nepo baby sport. I mean, I think it's literally sense. I think it literally used to be called the McVay effect. Now it's like the Shanahan effect. But back in like 2018, 2019, it's like you took Sean McVay's car in a valet one time, you're hired. You're hired on our team. You breathe the same air as Sean McVay, you're hired.
I remember when McVay first got hired because he was the Redskins. They were the Redskins at the time. He was their offensive coordinator. And I remember he was like 32. Like he was younger than my mum at the time. And I was like, how is he a head coach? And I was just like, oh, you can get Jared Goff to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, now it's like that with Shanahan, where it's like you were Shanahan's ball boy, you're hired.
What do you think of Goff while we're on the Lions?
I
don't think he's that good, but the play calling always seems really good, and that seems to help him out.
I think when Goff is not pressured and not asked to create, when he can sit back in the pocket, drop back, read the field, he's borderline top 5. The thing is, the delta for when you ask him to be under pressure and scramble is it's such a drop off. It's such a drop off. Like, it's like when you think of Jared Goff, it's like, dude, he can hit every throw as long as he's not pressured. He can read the field as long as he's not pressured. He's one of the worst creators, and he has all the tools. I mean, he's got a live arm. He's a decent athlete, but he handles pressure really badly. Like he's
I just look at him and I'm just like, I can't. Like I just look at his face and I'm just like, I can't see you as an elite quarterback. He looks like an ugly Ryan Gosling.
I see that. I would agree with that.
And it's just, I just watched him.
I don't like Amon-Ra St. Brown on the Lions. I think he's a little corny.
I think he just seems steady. Like he's not like, oh my, he just seems like steady.
Goff, yeah, I mean that's what Goff is. But I mean, the Lions,
their run game is obviously their run game.
The Lions are gonna go how Penei Sewell and Jahmyr Gibbs go. Even when they lost that divisional game against the Commanders, it's because scored a bunch. Yeah, they scored. Well, the reason they lost is because they couldn't run the ball as much. Well, they had no defenders left, and they also couldn't score the ball as much or run the ball as much as they wanted to.
Was Penei Sewell out that game?
Penei Sewell wasn't out, but they just you go down 2 scores, and the defense can't stop anyone. You've got to stay in a pass-heavy script.
And then who else can we talk? Okay, here's one because Caleb Williams. I don't think he seems like a moron. I talk about Jordan Love being a bit brain dead. Caleb Williams seems like he doesn't have one. Like, he genuinely does some of the dumbest things I've ever seen on a football field ever.
I don't agree with this, actually. I think he's a fine.
You're running into sacks all the time, and you keep missing throws.
I think he's a fine processor. I think his big issue, his mechanics are really bad. His mechanically, the way he's setting up the throw is really bad. Like, if he's scrambling, like a lot of his misses are his feet just aren't set where they need to be, and I find that to be the biggest issue. And it's why, like, with Caleb, I'm like, I think he uses, like, for example, I think there's this play against Detroit that really sums this up perfectly. He drops, so there's a crosser route, DJ Moore over two linebackers. So let's say, like, he drops this linebacker with his eyes. There's a dig route. He drops the linebacker down, creates space, fires it over. That's a brilliant read. But his feet are not properly set. And so that ball is a little high for DJ Moore. And it's like a catch harder than it needs to be.
Is that why all his throws end up like up here?
Yeah, that's why, like, a lot of Caleb Williams' throws are either high or low because his feet just are not like, they're not good. I don't think his, like, mechanics are good. I'm not out on Caleb being, like, a top 10 guy. I think he can be like Kyler Murray, like a less limited Kyler Murray, and, like, he can be a solidly top 10 QB. I'm out on him being, like, a Herbert, Allen, Lamar level guy, or maybe even a Burrow level guy. Like, I think he'll be really good. Like, I think Ben Johnson's it's a good situation. The offensive line has not helped him, and DeAndre Swift is, like, talking about how bad Pacheco and Hunt are. Swift is just as bad.
Yeah, you briefly mentioned earlier.
Swift is.
The thing is, at the start, like, when they were doing okay, they were 4-2 to open last year, and I'm just like, he doesn't seem too bad. Like, I don't know how much of that was the line, or how much of it was just he had a bit of burst. Like, he seemed okay last year.
I mean, last year, I think it's also because, like, they played.
Yeah, they had a really soft.
Yeah, they had a soft schedule start this year. I think it went Minnesota, Detroit, and then obviously, Dallas is a good get-right game for anyone. You're struggling to just play the Dallas Cowboys, you'll be all right.
And then, so yeah, I don't know on Caleb, man. He just, like, I see him, and you're just like, you end up doing some stuff where I just watch you, and it's just like, it seems so out of the realm of common sense possibility that, like, I can't make sense of it.
I think with Caleb that he's been asked to play like Mahomes a lot, when I think he should have been asked to play like Kyler Murray. Like, I think when he's moving and he's scrambling and he's running like that, I think that's when he's at his best. I think he's a proper dual threat. Maybe not Jaden Daniels, but he can be like Kyler Murray levels of a dual threat, running for like 30, 40 yards a game, threatening defenses that way. I think Rome Odunze has really come along.
I like Odunze.
You can't Odunze maybe wait a little bit to properly break out, because as a member of Marvin Harrison Jr. FC, our breakout has come though. We've reached our lowest low, so we're on the.
I don't really like Harrison. Seems nice. He seems a little soft, and I'm not saying this just because he seems to be in his own head right now. I just thought he seemed a bit soft anyway. But I don't think Kyler Murray is very good, so I'm willing to give him a pass.
I think with Harrison, a lot of the issues has been at Ohio State. He didn't run intermediate routes at all, and he's been doing that a lot in Arizona. And when you watch the film, I just generally think he has bad yips over the middle because he doesn't know what to do.
Okay.
The big catch or the big drop against San Francisco that people are like, oh, how could he drop it? There was no one near him. So he starts attacking the ball like this, and then as the ball is coming to him, he switches to this. Like, it just literally looks like decision paralysis. He doesn't know how he wants to catch the ball over the middle. Then suddenly Arizona's like, hey, you are a 6'4", 220, great body control, great technician. We're going to start using you on the sideline. And he went crazy. I think 5 catches for 52 yards and a touchdown in the second half.
I quite because they played the Jets last year and they stomped them, and that was mainly off of James Conner just gashing them. But I remember I was like, oh, this Harrison, like the hype seems like he's actually a pretty good player. You mentioned Daniels. Do you like him?
I like Jaden Daniels. I have him as quarterback 7. Like I think he can be a top 5 quarterback. There are things
He's
I
really
think
thin.
that's one of my concerns coming out of college was I'm like, you're pretty lanky, man. You're 6'4", and you don't avoid hits. Like he will just like get cracked. Like just he will gladly him in a defensive tackle. He'll take that matchup. It's like I don't know if
You weigh 150 pounds.
I don't know if I want you actually taking that matchup.
Like, to put it into like I'm not like super skinny. I'm like decently light. I weigh 165, and this is as heaviest as I've been in probably about a year. And at my lightest, I was 157, and I'm 5'11". Jaden Daniels should not be taking those hits at 6'4".
Yeah, he's 6'4". He's tall. He's lanky.
He's lighter than me.
He's not actually lighter than you, but he could add like 10, 15 pounds.
What is his actual weight? Jaden Daniels?
Probably 200, like just around 200.
Yeah.
But for the NFL, that's
insanely skinny though.
Yeah, like that's not like you want some fat on you. Look at Mahomes. Look at Mahomes.
Mahomes looks like a dad.
And you know what? That's the best quarterback in the National Football League.
And Brady was another one. He wasn't shredded like that. Like he was in shape, but he wasn't shredded.
Manning wasn't either. Like when these quarterbacks, you're taking some hits. It's all right if you don't look like a Greek god shirtless, man. Like maybe put on 5 pounds of fat to protect you. I'm not gonna hate it.
Eat an extra burger or two, man.
Yeah, I mean you'll be all right. But with Daniels, in terms of like obviously injury is one thing. When he's scrambling, I would like him to keep his head up a little bit more. Allen and Lamar do this a lot when they're scrambling. They're like, all right, linebacker, if you don't come down, I'm going to run for 10 yards. But if you do come down, I'm going to throw this ball over your head for 20 yards. So you decide how you want me to beat you. I think if Daniels can do that more consistently, he'll be really into the
What do you think of Kingsbury thing?
I still have an eyebrow raised at Cliff. I don't know how much of. I think Daniels is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. I like Daniels. I don't like Washington. They're old.
Washington, Dallas.
Well, no. Even as like the team building where it's like Trent, not Trent Williams, Laramie Tunsil. It's like
he's washed, man. He was rubbish last year for the Texans.
Yeah, he wasn't a good run blocker for the Texans. He's a good pass blocker, so he can be that. But they traded, I think it was the first, I think it was the second. It's like, dude, he's 32, 31. He's a lot of money. He's not a good locker room presence from the reports.
Getting a lineman from the Texans who couldn't block for anything last year, I'm not sure that's the best.
He was the only actual blocker. He wasn't a good run blocker, but he was a fine pass blocker. Yeah, so I understand why they did that.
I remember one game I was watching. I can't remember who it was against. They lost.
Yeah, I think he had 13 penalties.
He kept getting full start penalties and holding penalties. I'm just like, how do you keep doing this? I bet the Texans that game as well. I was really annoyed.
But I mean, Terry is on the wrong side of 30. I like Terry, Ohio State guy. Wrong side of 30, not a freak athlete. Like with the Terry contract. Yeah, like I mean, with the Terry contract, I'm like, by year 2, this could be a bad contract. Debo, similar way, so many injuries, wrong side of 30. I was
going to say, and his play style is really physical as well.
His play style is really physical. The defense as well. But I hate Bobby Wagner. I'm Bobby Wagner's biggest hater.
What's your beef with Bobby?
I think he's been getting a lot of. I was fine with him at Seattle, and then I think his last year in Seattle, 2020, I was like, he's kind of washed. He's not. He's kind of washed, but he keeps racking up these damn second team All Pros.
I was gonna say he's made an obscene amount of.
And it's like I was like, well, he's not good anymore, guys. You missed your chance to give him his All Pros.
Yeah,
he's not good.
So he made it in. So for the Seahawks, he made first team in 2014, second team in 15. Then every year from 2016 to 20, he made first team All Pro. And each of the last 4 years, he's made first team All Pro. So he's made first team All Pro the last 11 years.
Not for I think it's second team All Pro.
So he's made All Pro, in the last 11
right.
years.
And then I think for the last 4 or 5 years, he doesn't deserve to be an All Pro. That's my beef. Is like I'm like, dude, I watched the games. They're targeting this man in coverage. They're targeting if you ask Bobby Wagner to do anything sideline to sideline or cover someone in space, he can't do it. He can't do it.
So that's a good question. I think I covered this briefly last time. What makes a good inside linebacker? So outside is pretty clear, get after the quarterback, be not a linebacker.
I mean, outside linebacker doesn't really exist anymore. It's just if you're that good, you become an edge.
Inside.
Right.
Okay. So what makes a good linebacker, basically? Is it sideline to sideline? Is it how
sideline to sideline? You want fluid hips. You want enough weight to where you're not getting blown off the line. I think Fred Warner is a good example. He takes good angles. Obviously, you got to be cerebral. He takes good angles. He's solid in the run defender game. He won't get blown. If a tackle climbs up to reach you, you shouldn't be getting blown up. Essentially,
okay.
That's kind of what I look for.
Who's the best right now?
Warner for sure. It's been Warner for probably 5-6 years.
I always see his I don't really watch many Niner games because I don't really care for anyone on the team. But every clip I see in a Niner game, it's just of him doing something stupid.
He's crazy. I mean, if you turn on a division, I mean, hey, against your boy Rodgers, twice, he's just Fred Warner's had the game of his life. Against the Cowboys, Fred Warner carries CeeDee Lamb up the seam perfectly. It's a touchdown if Fred Warner doesn't get his hands on it. And he just completely blankets CeeDee Lamb. And it's all right, Fred Warner, you
I'm guessing the best linebackers can basically do everything in coverage.
Right. I mean, that's really the big thing, especially in I think everything in coverage and not a liability in the pass game. Bond, I think, is kind of the opposite. He's really good in the run fits. He's really good because he's a former edge. He's really good at getting to the running back, but he's not a liability in coverage. But usually, if you're really good in the run game, a lot of times you're not that good in the pass coverage. But Bond is an example of the opposite. His run fits are sensational. He's got some. He's not the most fluid, but he's fluid enough to where he can carry guys. He's not getting picked on in coverage like Bobby Wagner.
And then, so that's a good thing about linebackers. What do you think of the Niners this year? Because their schedule's really soft.
Their schedule is really soft. I think they'll. Well, I remember
seeing it start the year. I thought they could end up with 13, 14 wins. Not because of how good they are, but they're
not their schedule. They don't play anyone.
So bad.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Bosa out, this is going to be ACL tear 3 for Bosa, and it's dude, you're 28, ACL tear 3. That might close the window on them as Super Bowl contenders, but they can. You could tell me they get the 1 or the 2 seed because of how easy their schedule is and how good Shanahan is, and I'm yeah, I get it. I see how that happens.
Their not close to as good as it was.
No, yeah, I don't think they're there as Super Bowl contenders. I think in the NFC it's Philadelphia and Green Bay, maybe Detroit.
You know who else?
Who?
You know who else? They're a bit injured.
In the NFC,
they're a bit injured right now, but let them get healthy again. Fake show.
Okay.
Yes. They can make the Super Bowl. Yes, they can.
No.
Their schedule, they finished really soft. They have 6 or 7 games to end the year.
Oh my God, yes, I agree with that though. It's they've been really injured so far. And it's like, well, they haven't played anyone, but they're really injured. It's like, well, yeah, here's the thing. They play in the NFC South. There's still like 5 more gimme games, bro.
We're gonna have 13 wins. We're gonna be the 1 seed, and we're going to the Super Bowl.
No,
Yes.
Baker's not good.
Baker's good.
He's a psycho. He's like a psycho in the worst way. He's like making up. You know what he is? He knows his audience. Baker Mayfield knows his fans are the same fans that are like, dude, Michael Jordan and Kobe, they were such killers. They would make up stories about that. Like he was like, the coaches who cut me, Baker, you asked to be cut from Carolina. You requested to be cut because like he got benched because he wasn't playing good. He was playing. And he was like, cut me. Yeah, and he was like, well, if I'm not going to be a starter, then cut me. And I was like, you asked to be cut. And then the guy was like, I'm an interim coach, dude. Like, do you think I chose to trade Christian McCaffrey? like they asked because he was like, yeah, their defensive coordinator. He was the head coach who cut me. He was like, Baker, I'm the interim. You think if I had personnel decisions, I would have cut Christian McCaffrey or traded Christian McCaffrey? Like he sounded more sad about that than like anything Baker said.
Baker is a psychopath, and I don't normally care for them, but Baker, he's funny at the same time. Like he just spawns just random nonsense. Like the run against the Texans a few weeks ago, where he looked like he tore his knees now. I don't know he hadn't, and then he gets up and he leads them on the game-winning drive. It's great, and he also throws a pretty pass. I don't know, maybe you disagree with that. But
he's so frantic in the pocket. His feet are so awful. He's so frantic. I don't like him. Bailed by Emeka Egbuka, bailing him out. Bucky Irving, bailing him out.
We have no Mike Evans this year, and we're still 3-0.
Well, here's the thing. I never liked Mike Evans. I don't like him either.
That's a shame.
Emeka Egbuka, though.
Egbuka's nice.
I mean, hey, if you want a receiver, you draft from Ohio State.
Is that what Jeremiah Smith plays?
That's what you
mentioned him last time. That's why I bring him up.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, Emeka is up, Emeka Egbuka, Marvin Harrison, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson. Yeah, I mean, I think it's 6 first rounders. It's gonna be 6 first rounders in 5 years, 7 and 6.
Yeah, man. Like, why? So you don't like Baker because he's all frantic in the pocket. What's the other reasons as to why you don't like him? Oh, Jesus Christ!
He's just I don't like his. I think it's a corny personality, man. I can't like this whole like everyone's against me. You're the Heisman winner and #1 pick. What are we talking about?
He was a walk-on. He was redshirted
like 10 years ago. Get out. Like, imagine if Tom Brady made his whole personality being pick 199. That's what it is. It's like, all right, Tom. Like, imagine if, like, in 2020, they were like, that was pick 199. Tom, that was 20 years ago. Get over it.
We get it.
We get it. Where it's like, he was like, they counted me out. And I was like, well, Baker, again, you were a Heisman winner. You were the #1 overall pick. You being a decent quarterback is not like imagine if Sam Darnold started being like, yeah, man, they wrote me off, bro.
You were awful.
Yeah, like Geno Smith. Like Geno Smith is Geno Smith still doesn't like Geno his first season talked about like, man, they wrote me off, bro. But he's talked about it since. No. Because he was like, yeah, the NFL is like a 2-year has like a 2-year memory span unless you're Bobby Wagner. Then if you're Bobby Wagner, people still think it's 2015.
Oh, terrible.
All right, well, now I want to watch. It's not terrible. No.
I just didn't like the play call.
No, well.
That's
all you can do. Well, that's all you can do with such a limited quarterback.
You expect me to argue? He's 41. He's been awful for 3 games.
You know what? How old was Tom Brady doing at 41?
Brady's Brady. That's like saying, oh, Kobe was bad at 35. That's not like LeBron. Yes, LeBron's the best.
Well, Brady's not the best, so.
Oh, I don't want to argue about this again. Mainly because I don't have enough reasons to argue about this. But, yeah, I like Baker. And Baker's going to win 13 games.
He's gonna win 13 games. It's gonna be the most unethical. Most
What do you
unethical
mean
13
unethical?
game.
He throws the ball around.
Well, he just says he doesn't play anyone. Like,
They got the Eagles tonight.
you know what? And I hope, I hope both teams lose. I don't want either of them to win.
You should root for the Bucks tonight.
Well, why? I don't care about like if the Eagles do well. I don't care that much. I think like I care the most, but like I feel this way about the NFC East, where it's like, damn, y'all really think about the Cowboys more than we think about you. Like when the Eagles win the Super Bowl, they're like, yeah, man, and look at Dallas. If the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, I promise you, I'm not thinking about the Philadelphia Eagles. I really am not. Like I'm not. Yeah. Look at the Eagles, man. Yeah, we won the Super Bowl and they didn't. I don't care, dude. I remember when they won their first ever Super Bowl. I had my sister's friend lived in Philadelphia, and she was like, they started a "fuck Tony Romo" chant. It's like he was retired at this point.
He'd been retired for 2 years.
Oh, this was his first year of retirement. I was like, what did he do?
I never saw Tony Romo play because the first year that I watched, so the year before he'd broke his collarbone.
Right, he played like 5 games.
Yeah, I watched like the back end of that year into the playoffs, and so I never saw him play. And then the year after, Dak came onto the scene. So
Joe Burrow, think Joe Burrow. They're pretty similar.
What I'm saying is that like, I never saw Tony Romo, and Romo was never that good for the Cowboys. No, no. How many games they won? Like you won 12 games. So
well, that's because that's the Cowboys. That's the Cowboys, right?
I like from what I've seen of Romo in terms of highlights, he seemed like it was a fun watch, a bit of a roller coaster, but he seemed like a fun watch.
Burrow, but no, it's where it's just like, for example, when the Commanders and Eagles played, they'd be like, "Yeah, man, and look at Dallas," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm not. I promise you, if we make the conference championship and Philadelphia isn't in it, I'm not like, look at Philly. I don't care. Like it's like now the Giants are just a sad franchise, so they don't even like get to these situations.
Had a good quarterback,
Eli.
Yeah,
Eli.
He's the best, and he's like,
yeah, they're probably like the worst franchise to have like I think 3 Super Bowls, 4 Super Bowl, whatever it is.
Shout out Lawrence Taylor, man.
Shout out Lawrence Taylor. Shout out Michael Strahan.
Yeah.
Like now the Giants, if anything, I think I care about the Giants the most because I want Dak to get the record for most consecutive wins. They haven't beaten him since the Obama administration.
Jesus Christ.
And I want that because I think it's really funny.
Was that game week 1? No.
It was. He's not.
No, I remember because Odell took the. Yeah, I remember Odell took the run for like 40.
Right. Trump was technically elected, but he had not taken office, so we're counting that as the Obama administration. It's better when I say they haven't won since the Obama administration, because I think it was December of that year.
Yeah, no, I remember because I had a bum knee at that point. I jarred it doing pull-ups. Don't ask me how. And so I remember I was off school that day. So I was watching the highlights of it, and I was like, "Oh, Odell, he rinsed them." So
Odell, oh my God, he's one of the. I could never hate Odell. He's one of the. He's like one of the most
face of the sport in this country for a few years.
I mean, I believe it. I think him and he's pretty much like Neymar, essentially.
Yeah,
like that's American Neymar.
It makes it like he's pretty handsome and he's got a lovely game and he's fun to watch. He's got the blonde tips.
I mean, I don't think. I think aesthetically, I think Odell Beckham is like the most aesthetic receiver like ever. Like, I mean, that guy's special. Like as good as I think Jefferson is the only guy to be like as good as young as he was. And I might lean Odell even over.
I mean,
Jefferson.
Some of the stuff Odell would do, that 16 season as a whole, like he was just rinsing everyone. Like he had another game against the Ravens where he went for 200 yards. That popped up on my timeline the other day. I was like, this guy's just a joke.
He was never in a good situation. That's the thing.
Like he was just catching slants from Eli and taking him 30 yards.
There has never been a player on a slant route that terrified me more than Odell, because I think like 3 times he would catch the 7-yard slant and then he would just jet off for like a 70-yard touchdown. I was like, all right.
I mean, we spoke about this on Twitter briefly a while back, But the group of receivers when I first started watching the league was insane. You had Calvin Johnson, you had Odell, you had Antonio Brown before he lost the plot.
Megatron was retired, I think, by 2015.
That
was his last year, maybe, right?
Yeah, so Madden 16 basically is Megatron's last year.
Mm-hmm.
But you still had all those guys around, and it's just like, Jesus Christ. Like, that's just an insane group of fours, the best in the league. Unless I'm missing.
Julio, Brown, Odell, Megatron. That's probably the best four we've had.
That's nice.
AJ Brown could get there if he was in a real offense, but he's not. So give Jeremiah Smith 2 more years. Then that guy is special. That guy is.
I mean, anything that, like, I keep hearing his name on First Things First, and I'm just like, who is this guy? Oh, Anish mentioned him. Oh, I keep hearing his name. What do you think of the Rams?
Do you think of the Rams?
Rams, yeah, because they have talent, but I don't know. Stafford just seems crippled.
I mean, yeah, but at this point, dude, I might give Stafford he's crippled when I see him crippled pass. Like, he might just, like, he should be crippled. I agree with you, but until he's actually crippled, I'll be like, all right, he's fine.
The thing is, they can't beat the Eagles, but they always seem to play everyone else really well.
And they play Philadelphia very well. I mean,
they should have won last week.
They should have won against the divisional too. I mean, the weaknesses of them are that secondary is not good and that offensive line is not good. But Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, and a good pass rush, you can beat any team with that. Like, there's not a team I think that LA couldn't reasonably beat in the league. I mean, you have a good pass rush, you have a good quarterback, you have a good play caller, you had a good weapon.
What do you think of Stafford overall? Because, like, people who've coached, like Eric Mangini adores him. But I like him. I think he's good. I put him 6. He's the best old guy doing it. He's the only old guy still doing it. His arm is still alive. He can still hit these angles. He can still push the ball downfield. He's got a. Now he can't move, but like, I think being a creator means more than just running around. Like with Stafford, it's like with him especially, it's his arm angles. Like it's like, all right, like he's beating the pressure by just like throwing it at a weird angle, and that's how Stafford wins. And again, Nacua, Adams, McVay, you got that around you. They'll be good. What did you? So, I ended up accidentally getting into this, but we just covered the majority of the NFC. Mm-hmm. Do you think so? The Bills are a weird one because their defense always seemed pretty good, and then
they were washed.
They just couldn't defend the Chiefs at all.
Buffalo?
Yeah.
Buffalo's defense.
Who did I say? Did I say someone else?
No, yeah, but I was like, Chiefs. Have they played this year, Matt?
No. They've not played the Chiefs. They played the Chiefs in like week 9 or something.
Yeah. They'll win that game, but then they'll lose in January. That's how it always is.
They just can't. What is it? Like, I don't get it. Like,
well, what happens? It becomes the lame answer, the propaganda answer. Yeah, the propaganda answer is it becomes the quarterback versus quarterback battle, and I'll take that guy over. I'll take 15 over anyone else every other day of the week. I mean, it comes down to
okay, good.
Misfires when the
ball's out. Carson Wentz, he's just.
How did the ball even get there?
I don't know.
How did that went like a far away?
What happened?
But Buffalo, I'm concerned about in the sense of their defense is bad, man. Their defense is really bad. Like, I don't see it being good. I mean, like, and that's why I feel like I still think the Chiefs will be fine for the Super Bowl, dude. Baltimore's defense is abysmal. I still don't feel good about Buffalo's defense. I might feel the best about the Chiefs' defense. Like, honestly,
yeah, I trust the Chiefs a lot, and they've got like the last couple of years, they've just like 22. Their defense peaked right towards the end of the year. 23,
They've been doing that since way before then. Since like 2019, they've
I'm
been
saying
like
that 22, their defense was actually like really, really, really good.
Mhm.
Like, it was stopping everyone. Eagles game notwithstanding. But that was just Jalen deciding to spawn into the ghost of an actual elite quarterback.
Right.
And then 23, they were good defensively the whole year. Last year, obviously, they were winning games just through the end of their defense. The Ravens just seem really. They don't seem like middle of the pack this year. They're objectively super, super bad.
They're objectively bad, but I think talent-wise, they should be the best.
TJ picked him.
Not TJ Watt. Of all this is evil. This is evil. Evil. Now I have to listen to Steelers fans go like, yeah, but Myles Garrett can't pick the ball like TJ Watt. And TJ Watt, I hate you, man. I hate TJ Watt.
I'm sorry. I must have cut you off about 6 times because I've been inside.
No, that's fine because this is disgusting.
Wait, give me a second. But yeah, where was I? The Bills. The Bills are just a weird one because Allen does some great stuff during the games, but he's someone else who I just think you just seem to have that thing in you where you just turn into an utter moron.
People, you could kind of blame Allen for the loss against Kansas City this year. It's kind of
great. He was awful in the first half.
Not even that. Like the final play, they're like, well, he puts the ball in Kincaid's hands. I'm like, that's true, but also he doesn't make the right read. Like we don't need to pretend like the issue with the playoffs is like, oh, he was like 85%. Like let's say like, oh, he's 85% good. I was like, well, yeah. Here's the issue: the guy you're going against, he's like 90% good all the time.
And in the playoffs, he doesn't have bad playoffs.
He doesn't have the worst one I can think of was the AFC Championship loss to Bengals. Yeah, that's the only.
He was good in the first one against the Patriots. He was better than Brady.
Yeah, and then even that game, he was good in the first half, and then Lou Anarumo just said, "I'm gonna drop 3. I'm gonna drop cover 9. I'm gonna drop 9 guys in coverage," and they were like, they got confused. Like the Chiefs didn't want to run the ball as much. I don't know. I haven't watched that game in a while, but that's the only where it's like, oh, he wasn't great in the playoffs. Like every other game is great.
And obviously, we disagree on the Super Bowl losses, but
I think the Eagles one, maybe you can say he was only okay. Tampa Bay one, I thought it was
Eagles one was stat padding. He wasn't good in the.
He wasn't good in the first. He wasn't good in the first half, but I also think nobody could have been good in the first half. It's like I'm kind of where it's like he couldn't have been good in the first half, but I also think the DeJean pick, that was pretty bad. Like the pick 6, I thought.
But by that point, to be honest, the game was already sort of out of hand at that point.
Even though, the point total was only 17-0, but I agree, the point it was over.
There's no way that you can't can't stop that 4-man front, and you can't run the ball now because you're down either 17 or 24. So there's just nothing you can do now.
My big woke take might be swap out Josh Simmons for Joe Thuney. How does that Super Bowl go?
They lost. Anish, they were down by 31.
No. Yeah, no, they probably still lose, but I mean, the quest for three-peat starts again.
Oh, there's no three-peat, man. Your best bet's the undefeated season.
We can do both.
Go away. But
we can do both.
And obviously, for obvious reasons. No, I'm not saying you won't win. Ravens, I thought that the Ravens. I think my pick was Ravens over Eagles, but the Ravens just can't defend at all. I thought, okay, what they did towards the end of the year, that means that they'll be all right next year. Obviously not. But what was I going to say? So the Bills, do you think they should give McDermott the boot?
I think about it.
How many years have they been together now? 7? 6?
This has been 6 years of them being contenders.
And they lose to the Chiefs every single year.
Every single year. I mean,
and they beat the Ravens They beat the Ravens both
I think,
times.
well, the issue with Buffalo has also been, hey, you can't get pressure with 4. That's tough. That's, I think, what's really separated the Chiefs from Baltimore and Buffalo. That's really, I think, the actual answer is as good as Mahomes is not as good as he is to where it should be you cannot win against Kansas City. He should be winning a majority of the time, but even like Peyton and Tom, like Peyton got his licks in, like Rivers.
Especially, like, it's funny because Brady would mash him up when Brady wasn't as good as Peyton.
Mhm. But like if you think of like that, or even if you think of like let's say Rivers, for example, like even Rivers got like a couple licks in, like I think Rivers, maybe not Rivers, but like I'm trying to maybe think of a better example.
I think the best one is Peyton and Tom.
Yeah, Peyton and Tom, but
because
yeah, Peyton.
Wait. Who do you think is better, Josh or Lamar?
I would lean Josh, but I mean,
I agree.
I think they're the same tier. I don't care that much.
No, that's fair. I was just curious as to who you thought. Like, if you had to pick one, who's better? Yeah. Almost.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I think the biggest thing is the Chiefs have Chris Jones, and the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills have nobody. Joey Bosa has been pretty good for Buffalo, and this is why I don't believe. This is kind of a set track. This is why I don't believe. To bring this back to Dallas, when they were shopping Micah, they weren't going for the best package itself. They wanted a player and picks. Because if they just wanted picks, I guarantee you, Baltimore and Buffalo, you might have gotten 3 first-round picks out of them.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. I like if they're late first-round picks, and like if either one of them had Micah Parsons, yeah, contender. Evil team.
If they didn't blow that bloody game against the Seahawks, they'd be 4-0. I am still angry about that.
They don't deserve this. They can't keep getting away with this.
Let's go.
The real loser is the people of Pittsburgh who have to deal with their team being 9-8 again.
I do not want Aaron Rodgers to be the reason that Mike Tomlin finally has a losing season. And the funny thing about it, I don't even have anyone to hold heat from in real life, because I'm like, my friend who also, my other friends who watch the NFL, they don't really care about Rodgers enough to really tease me. So it's literally just for my own satisfaction.
See, I just don't like, I don't like TJ Watt. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I just don't like them. They're not my people.
Who's the next one I was going to talk about? So Steelers we covered. No. Tua.
I'm a hater. I'm happy to watch this.
He's awful.
He's awful. Not only that, he's like he's so unlikable. I don't know why he has
just an asshole.
He was like, I want to see people come off the streets and play quarterback. I'm like, Tua, that's MVP quarterback Cam Newton.
That's the guy who won 15 games in one season.
Like, I was like, do you like? Is he aware?
Has the CTE set in that?
I was like, has the C? I was like, look, and like when he's like, I can't do half of what Josh Allen does. I'm like, you're right, Tua. But you know what the issue is? You're being paid 97% of what Josh Allen is being paid. So you have to be able to do 97% of what Josh Allen's doing.
And even the game, so I'm just pulling up the 2015 Panthers right now. Like, not even the roster. Like, they lost that game against the Falcons by 7. They were one score within going 16-0. And that was with Cam Newton. And who did they ever run? They had a guy who was, I think, something Stewart.
Jonathan Stewart and Mike Tolbert were the backs.
Yep.
Greg Olsen was the only receiver.
Tolbert played fullback half the time.
Yeah.
Because he was quite fat. And their receivers were Kelvin Benjamin, who I think tore his knee up that season, so he wasn't even available.
He wasn't even playing. It was Ted Ginn Jr.
and Funchess.
Yes, Devin Funchess. Greg Olsen was the only serious weapon.
And fine, a lot of it was their defense was very good that year, but they weren't the number one scoring defense. The Seahawks still won that. that season.
Yeah, but their linebacker core of Kuechly, Thomas Davis, Shaq Thompson, that's like top 3 of the 21st
And their interiors
century.
were great as well. They had Lottie
Yeah.
Lurley and Kawan Stewart.
Yeah, Kwan. Yeah. I think he had like one of them had like 7, 12 sacks, something like that.
Even then, right? They weren't even top 5 scoring. They were top 6 scoring defense. But they led the number 1 offense, and they were scoring 31 points a game. Tua just throws for a bunch of yards.
He's just not good.
And also, here's the other thing: like, he just does dumb things as well. Like, he just
he's a fake processor. I don't think he's a real processor. I think he just is like, okay, when I drop back, this should be my read, and I don't think he's actually reading the defense. I don't even care that this is a good return because they'll find a way to mess this up in the red zone.
It's a flag. I think it's going back the other way.
Well, who cares? But like, even like with, I guess like when the, what was I saying? But like with like Tua, they're like, oh, Tua's a good processor.
It was so fake, man.
It was fake. I mean, even on these deep throws, it's like if you watch the All-22, Tyreek Hill has to keep like pausing to get this ball. Like he needs to like slow down.
He talks about this in interviews.
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, don't run 80 yards, bro." It's like Tua, come on, bro. Like we can. I think deep balls are a receiver tracking stat, and that's why
you don't blame Mahomes as much.
That's why I don't blame Mahomes as much, and it's also why I don't give as much credit. Like if Mahomes was hitting crazy deep balls, I would be like, "Look at Mahomes making it work." I'd be like, "Oh, Tyquan Thornton or someone has been a good deep ball receiver." Like Carson Wentz, what was that? Expected Justin Jefferson to grow 3 feet. All right. I mean, if you want deep ball tracking receivers, this guy might be the best. I mean,
but Jalen Ramsey actually pulled his hamstring now.
That's funny.
That is quite amusing.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
That is pretty funny.
I like Jalen Ramsey, but that's
he didn't even score on the thing where he did the fake little gimme. No, that was like Tua. He just seems like an asshole, and he's not that good.
He's not good. He's not like interesting. People are like, "Oh, the hip injury robbed him of what he was."
He has pulled his hamstring.
Oh, that's pretty funny. But no, people go the pre-hip injury Tua. I was like, I don't know how different of a quarterback this really is. That's just like SEC, no NIL. Alabama's basically throwing out an NFL receiver room. I can't hate too much because Ohio State has been basically an NFL receiver room for like 5 years. So, like, there is that. But it's like, yeah, like, I don't think Tua's nothing. Like, average depth of target, I think against Buffalo was like -0.5.
You see, you got all the stats, and I just watched this guy, and I'm just like, he's crap.
And it's like with McDaniel, I was like, or with Mike McDaniel, it's like, well, it's to the point where it's like, I don't know how good of a play caller Mike McDaniel is. Is he choosing not to evolve his scheme, or can he not evolve his scheme because Tua can't do anything more?
I mean, and the other thing is, and I remember Nick Wright said this, and he was like, I don't blame Mike McDaniel because he has Tua Tagovailoa, but now you extend Tua, so now
I blame you for that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say this guy's crap, like, I don't want him, they're not going to pay him.
Sean McVay traded Jared Goff.
Jared Goof.
Jared Goof. Yeah, he shipped him with 2 first-round picks. He said, I can't do this, bro.
And he made him, and he got they could have won that Super Bowl because Aaron Donald held Brady and the boys to 13 because Brady was rubbish that game.
Well, Belichick outcoached McVay there. That was half Goff not being good enough and half of Belichick being like, hold on, young gun. I'm still Belichick.
I get that. But 13 points is 13 points.
13 points, yeah. Right, you scored 2 touchdowns.
So I just, so you can trade them. And it's just like you cannot pay these guys, but you just choose not. You just choose.
I
to
thought San Francisco should have done this. I was like, dude, Kyle Shanahan, you might be able to say, why not Brock Purdy? Go. I'll do it with anyone.
He's winning games with Mac Jones.
Mac Jones is like they would be like a 10-win team, an 11-win team, but like you could have like maybe shopped Brock Purdy, gotten a first, maybe moved up for someone, or even next year, maybe taking a quarterback if you happen to suck. Wow, Jason Kelsey's in like every ad ever.
Yeah, mine's is on local TV. I've got OCU Manure on my.
I mean, I don't mind Kelsey. If he didn't play for the Eagles, I'd be cool with him, but he did. So I don't like Travis that much, not because of Taylor Swift or anything. I just think he's kind of an ass. Like, he was wearing free Rashee Rice shirts, and I'm like, free him from what, dude?
Like, the guy crashed his car.
The guy crashed his car. I'm like, free him from what? He got a slap on the wrist.
He got suspended 4 games. No one got hurt. He didn't go to jail. Like,
exactly. I was like, he's lucky. Or it's like, yeah, he's lucky nobody got hurt. It's not like he took measures against that.
He also keeps punching his teammates. He's always beefing with Andy Reid.
He's beefing with Andy Reid, and he's like yelling at Mahomes. And it's like, dude, you can't yell at Mahomes to give you the ball in the red zone. Like, he did this in the Eagles game where, like, Mahomes runs in for a touchdown. He's young. I was like, I'm open. Give me the ball in the red zone. Mahomes is like, all right, fine. What does Kelsey do? He drops the ball, and it comes a turnover in the red zone. It's like, all right, bro. Like,
and Kelsey is clearly declining.
He's clearly washed.
Like, he was bad last year. And this year, it just seemed like he looks thinner this year, but it just doesn't seem to have made a difference at all.
I mean, I think it has made a difference in the sense where the decline hasn't gotten worse, you know?
I suppose.
Like, with another year, that's, I guess, kind of the thing. But, like...
He should have retired, though. Like...
I think if they had three-peated, if they had won that, he would have retired for sure.
Yeah, but then the Swifties would have been insufferable.
I don't even care that much about the Swifties. They've recently discovered a spot rack. They're like, ooh, but Jawan Taylor's getting paid this much. It's like, damn, bro, hold on, they're learning. they're getting. I think I don't care that much about Taylor Swift. Like, it's like,
neither do I. It's just it's funny seeing like the crash outs are funny, but then
I think the people
would have proposed on the field. It would have been.
I don't think he would have done that.
I don't know, man.
His
hair was all perfectly combed and shit. Like, he seemed ready.
He has gotten. This is completely off topic of football, but he's lost his aura. He used to be like back in 2019. I was like, dude, with the beard. I was like, dude, yeah, you I kind of get the. I was like, Kelsey, you look good, bro. Yeah, like exactly. he had some aura back in the day. Now it's like
not a bad looking fella. Like,
look. I'm trying to say this in the nicest way possible. You can tell Travis Kelsey is dating a white woman. You can tell, and you can tell,
and not just and not just anyone. Like one of them.
He's dating. You can tell Travis Kelsey is dating a Taylor Swift.
Did you see the photo of the side by side with the old girlfriend and now Taylor Swift?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, with his old girlfriend, you used to look good. You had a good haircut. You had the beard. Like, I liked the beard. And then now it's like
now it just looks all soft and shit.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Now I get why they're like, hold on, wrong Kelsey. We like Jason more.
We like Jason because he's a bit of a hoodlum.
Yeah, Jason leans into Jason has fun. You know, again.
Well, you marry a billionaire, you got to behave now. So,
yeah, I mean, good for him, I guess. Poor Patrick. You know what? Sacrificing Kelsey as a person is the price we'll pay to be GOAT.
As a person,
the personality of Travis Kelsey was sacrificed for Patrick Mahomes, so it's okay.
Right. So on to the North. So Bengals done. We've covered there's nothing to talk about here. We've been talking about.
We don't need to talk about the Browns.
Yeah, we're like, we don't need to talk about the Browns. I cried about the Ravens earlier, and I've been enjoying myself watching the Steelers actually run the ball today, which has been stunning. Can the Vikings normally stop the run, or is this just like a? Or is this
They're not a great run defending team, but they're not a bad one. They're not
okay?
necessarily
This is
awful.
encouraging then. Okay, because if the Steelers can run the ball, they're running the ball okay against these guys, so that's okay. AFC South, Daniel Jones.
I think it's kind of legit, bro.
You think?
I don't think Daniel Jones is like a great quarterback, but you know what he is? He's not. I think of the offense as 12 components. Play caller and the 11 guys on the field.
Okay.
11 of those 12 components are great to elite. Daniel Jones is just not detracting from that. Like, he's just kind of a warm body at quarterback and going along with the ride. Like, Richardson was actively hampering that.
He's awful.
He was pretty bad.
He's so bad.
Like, the way Indianapolis has been working is they're like, okay, what can Daniel Jones not really do? He's not a great processor. He can't handle pressure. So the passing concepts are pretty basic, like 1-2 reads, high low, or if it's not there, check it down to Taylor. And they're like setting up their pass formations in a way. They're like stacking the right side, forcing isolations with their strong sides. Like their left tackle and left guard are really good. So they're setting it up to where the left tackle and left guard will be on one-on-ones, and then the other two rushers are the center, right guard, and right tackle, who aren't as strong, can essentially go 3v2 against the other front four. And that's been pretty helpful. Tyler Warren, Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman, Josh Downs. These guys are all like really good role players, like not role players, but they're like,
I know what you're saying. Like,
yeah, they all have a role, and they're really good at that role. Jonathan Taylor has looked ridiculous. That's also, big.
He closed last year really strongly as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it helps when teams actually have to respect your passing game, and they don't have to be like worried. Taylor's been.
So I remember talking to someone last year. This is the same guy who said that Drake May is like a combo of Herbert and Allen. This is the same guy.
True.
And he was like, the Colts are actually pretty good. Like if they had a good quarterback there, then they would be. They're what the people say. They're what people say Pittsburgh are. Is what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've got offense. I
don't disagree with that. Their tight end room. A lot of the times, tight end rooms are usually anonymous or like not a thing. The Colts tight end rooms are one of the few tight end rooms. I'm like, okay, you're actually actively detracting from the team. But they got Tyler Warren, so.
And then like Richardson was awful, and then Joe Flacco's Joe Flacco. Like,
yeah, it's not that much better.
You know what I'm saying? You can't really say much about him. And then Richardson actively quitting mid-game, like. And then you get Daniel Jones, who I get it. He'd won 10, 11 games for New York a couple of years ago.
But those were like one-score games, and he had Saquon Barkley. But hey, Jonathan Taylor's been as good as Saquon Barkley was then, and he's got in a good situation. And I think this will sustain because even though the passing offense is simple, the rushing offense isn't. They're attacking different ways. They're either doing, I think they've hit outside zone, inside zone, and basically running duo combos each 3 different weeks. They don't have like a set scheme at rushing game where it's like they are adapting their scheme for who they're facing. So yeah, no, you keep doing that. You keep setting up these simple plays for Daniel Jones. I think it'll obviously in the playoffs, you need your quarterbacks to be problem solvers, not just not negatives. But for the regular season, they can win 10 to 12 games, win the South.
See, now it really upsets me that they're winning because I like CJ Stroud.
I'm a Ohio State fan. Love CJ Stroud. They have failed them completely. That offensive line is ridiculous.
They are like, and the thing is, I'm accusing them of racism because there is no reason for you. It's only because he's a black dude. If he was a white quarterback, they would have given him an offensive line.
They just don't. I think Nick Casimiro, the GM, has just been awful. Like trading Laramie Tunsil. I agreed with trading for Laramie Tunsil or trading away Tunsil. But But you had Josh Simmons was there at 23 or whatever for Houston. Take him. Trade up for linemen are hard to find. That's why Dallas keeps taking them in the first round because they're like, well, everyone else has a bad offensive line. Like,
and the other thing is that like, why are you paying an old Stephon Diggs who was clearly a problem for Josh Allen?
I think the Stephon Diggs one was fine because they needed Diggs to be a wide receiver 3 and not wide receiver 1.
Like, you clearly need a lineman. Like,
the issue is, hey, if you're a good lineman, you're not leaving your team.
Yeah.
Teams don't let their good linemen walk.
I guess.
Like, and even with like Tunsil trading, I think they got like good compensation. I was like, okay, move up and take a tackle. Like, honestly, I would have rather Houston traded up and taken like a Josh Simmons and like a guard or some type. Like, they should be, and like, and now for the next 3 drafts, they're just gonna have to take offensive line, offensive line, offensive line. That's because you can't find them outside of the first round. Like, cool, your first round for the next 3 years has to be offensive line. That's 3 years. You've wasted Stroud. You got to pay Stroud now.
Yeah, he's got the yips now. Like, he's not like his first thing. Like, even against the Ravens in that game they lost, like he seemed quite like relaxed and poised and things like that. Like, he didn't seem like to be rushed. And last year he was missing throws and he seemed like he was hurrying up. It was just like, oh, this is
when you watch Stroud, it's very clearly a good player playing bad, not a bad player being bad. Like, and Stroud, I mean, that was the big thing out of college that you were concerned about is it's like, yeah, Stroud's really good. How well can he handle pressure? And first year, he handled it a lot better than he did in college for the most part. There was only really one game in college. His last game against Georgia, like super good defense, was great against the pressure. But then that's like a 1-game sample size. How seriously do you take that? It was pretty good. But even that first year, I was like, it worked out this year, but that's not sustainable offense. They like the running game was bad. You just got bailed out by CJ Stroud. That's not sustainable offense. Correct. It wasn't. The play calling is still not great. The run game has gotten even worse. Like, Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel. I mean, they've gotten unlucky with Tank Dell essentially breaking.
He broke his knee.
Yeah, it was his knee is gone. Like, that's just like unlucky. But like,
you good on time, by the way?
Yeah, I'm fine on time.
I'm gonna go use the toilet real quick. Anish, talk to the 2 people in the chat, or just curse out Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, do we have people actually like watching?
People are watching, but there's not been anything in the comments, which is why.
Okay, good.
But yeah, you can just cuss out Aaron Rodgers for 2 minutes if you like.
Yeah, I don't really like Aaron Rodgers. I think that guy's a bum. Not really. What propaganda do I push? Ohio State. Or no, we're talking college ball quick. Fernando Mendoza, everyone. Remember the name. That guy's legit. Aaron Rodgers, bum. Guy, what a smug bastard. He looks comically evil. You know what Aaron Rodgers looks like? Aaron Rodgers looks like the guy in a fantasy book who's like whispering into the king's ear. My lord, he wishes for your throne. Like, he's whispering in the king's ear. He's whispering nonsense, you know. He just looks evil with the old helmet and his frayed, decrepit body. Like, I don't like that guy. NFL wants to play every team international. Add in the second by Roger Goodell. All right, what else do I got? Oh, this is very funny. The NBA is just giving up on American. I don't know if you people are American, you 2 people. NFL is just giving up on American broadcasting. Or NBA. That's so funny to me. Like, they've just capitulated to being like, yep, we're going international. And I think that's kind of sad. I think Adam Silver is a bad commissioner.
Are we cursing out Adam Silver?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw this quote. Let me pull it up from Adam Silver, where he essentially is just capitulating to the NFL. He's just let the NFL like dominate
Everything.
Yeah, in America, he's just given up essentially. Okay, this is the quote from Adam Silver. You could possibly see teams, NBA Europe teams, coming into our playoffs, top seeds from the other league. Like incorporating in the NBA playoffs. And I was like, I think he's given up on marketing the NBA to American televisions because he also said he was
also
like, yeah,
denigrates the product though. He says that, oh yeah, the NBA is just a highlight sport. People don't want to watch full games.
exactly. I was like, well, hey, buddy, you're the commissioner. Like, you can make things happen to make your product watchable on television. I agree, the regular season isn't watchable, but like that's a failure of you. Like, I think,
and the thing is, like, I think part of it, and this is sheer LeBron glazer coming out. The media said, right, nothing matters outside of the playoffs because you're LeBron James. You keep winning MVPs. You're so much.
well, they haven't been able to market anyone. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's true. Like the guys they tried to push for it, Zion, he's just a fat porn addict.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons doesn't like basketball, and Wemby's the first one, really, who they've.
But Wemby's like, here's the issue: is like they're international superstars. They didn't try to market because they were still like, oh, America bias. Like, America does not give.
Right, Luka, you could eat like Luka's personality is quite American. Like Wemby's not. Wemby's European in terms of the way he behaves and stuff.
Right.
But
And Giannis, you can be like, oh, like look at Giannis. He loves a European guy that loves America. Like, they'd be like, even if that's like a real complaint, like they'd be fine with that. The NBA just didn't want to market them, and now like, and same with like SGA, they just don't want to market them, and then now people are like, well, we don't care that much.
They were ready. Like people take the piss out of Colin Cowherd for saying that LeBron, Ben Simmons is here. That first year, Ben Simmons' hype train was off the charts. Even before he came in the league, there was the Slam magazine cover that was the same as the LeBron one. And that's real. People are going to think that's AI in 10 years. That was a real cover. He's the only one they tried it with. And he turns out he doesn't.
Well, they tried it with Zion, Ben Simmons.
Zion's American. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying about the international because Ben's Australian.
And yeah, but he's from he went to college in America, so that's good enough.
I guess. But Ben's hype train was off the charts. Zion, and then they just quit. But Luka came in the same. No, Luka was the year before. Yeah, he was the year before Zion. And
yeah, for whatever reason, I remember they were like, "We don't like Luka. He's not that good."
And it's just,
I know that that's ESPN and the media and stuff, but the NBA.
I read back; they were saying that. Oh no, any American media said no, Luka shouldn't go in the top 5, maybe not even the top 10.
I mean, the NBA and with the product, look, I don't know how you make the end of games of regular seasons watchable. But that's not my job. I'm not NBA commissioner. You are, Adam Silver. And I think the final nail in the coffin was last year when the NFL was like, let's try to go on to Christmas because that's the NBA's day. And the NFL completely walloped Christmas. They had 3 good games on Christmas. Not only did it get 3 games on Christmas.
I thought it was 2.
I think it was 2, actually. This year it'll be, I think, 3. It's damn, NBA is over. And I think still... I think it's sad that Silver is just giving in the towel. Do I like that they're on Christmas?
No. Do you like Goodell? As in, is he good at what? Is it good? Is he?
He's good at what he's doing, man. I mean, there's a reason he keeps getting voted. I mean, he likes his product. He knows how to protect his product. The NFL has always been the big joke is they're all protect the shield over everything. But hey, I mean. They've essentially Goodell realized he had a monster, and he just kept being like, "Okay, I have this great offensive I guess if you think of it in sports, all right, I've got LeBron James. I'm just gonna let LeBron James score 40, right? He's not trying to slow down. He was like, let me try to go international. Look at me, it's 9:30. I still woke up and watched. It's Adam Silver would be scared to do it, and then Goodell is like, well, people watch this. People love football.
And the thing is, right, the game's only growing. Our barometer. So we have Sky Sports. This is our national TV, basically.
Right.
And Sky Sports had the NBA for 4 years maybe, and they got rid of it. They were like, people aren't
The
watching.
NBA is impossible to watch. That's the other thing. You cannot. It's so hard to watch the NBA. Like getting
I
the
can only
streaming
watch the
package.
playoffs, and I thoroughly enjoy the NBA playoffs, but it's just like
The
if you
regular
lot don't care about
seasons.
these games, why am I going to care?
Yeah, I mean, and that's like I think the way, like for example, also the big thing with the NBA, it's like it's too hard for these stars to play 82 games. The game is too athletic. There's too much space. They can't do it, dude. Like it's like physically impossible, and I think that also hurts the NBA. How do you fix that? I'm not really sure. I don't know how much you could reduce the games, but then like historically, all your records are like
You know what I'm saying?
cooked.
Reduce the court size or something. I don't know. Get
I,
creative.
I, yeah, I mean, I mean, it's not like the NBA hasn't done that. In the '90s, when like Bird retired, Magic retired, Jordan retired, like that was 4% of scoring gone from the NBA, and so the NBA was like, "Oh my god!" And then
3-point line.
they reduced the 3-point line. So like
And the other
again,
thing is that like a lot of these, like I don't know, maybe this is like a personal preference thing. The way the teams play, it feels too similar. A lot of them, like outside of a few
and
teams.
here's the thing: apparently, it's not. I agree with you as a casual. I agree with you, but apparently, from people who are still tapped into basketball, they do actually play differently. But I agree with you; they shouldn't feel like that. Like
You know
for
what I'm
me,
saying? And it's like
for the casual
NFL,
fan,
someone who like you're a film nerd. I'm not. I can tell the difference in the Eagles and the I could be colorblind and not see the score puncher. I could tell you, okay, that team plays different to that team, who plays different to that team, who plays different to that team. All the teams have their own, most of the teams have their own unique type of style. The NBA, everything feels the same.
they feel the same. Apparently, they're not. But again, here's the thing: we're the casual NBA audience. You should be we are who Silver is lost. Like I like have dude, I only watch the NBA if there is no other sport. Like I'll watch soccer before the NBA, I'll watch F1 before the NBA, and then I'll watch football before the NBA.
I used to wake up at 2:00 in the morning to watch random games that weren't LeBron. Like LeBron's fine, whatever. I used to get up to watch pretty much all the Cavs games. I'd be getting up to watch not random, but like MVP candidates against bottom feeders. I'd watch Westbrook against the Jazz in his MVP season for no reason. I'd watch Kawhi play against the Orlando Magic in February time. Like, there's no reason for me to want to watch that. Okay, I like the players, fine. But the product's not very good. And there's a reason why I've been enjoying talking about the NFL, and now I'm just complaining about the NBA when you've brought it up.
Yeah, I mean, I think also, I think appealing internationally is smart, and then I think they've also. I'm like, yeah, that's the obvious thing, and then they're clearly just trying to do it in the worst way possible by like being like, yes, we'll put these NBA Europe teams into the playoffs. What? That's gonna make the playoffs bad. Like literally, I just think Adam Silver has given up on making America or NBA watchable in America, which is sad.
And the thing is, it's growing in the UK, which is the odd part.
I mean, it's growing internationally because it's a very international sport. Like kids can play it a lot easier than they can play football, and I feel like that's most of how you get most
The
children
other thing
into
is
sports.
anti-American sentiment. Like you bring up NBA to a guy down the street.
Oh yeah, football is very like American, right?
Yeah, like over here, you mentioned that you watch American football. You looked at like a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just, I don't care. This is fun.
Yeah, I mean, was that in?
I think his feet were in.
Oh, I hope so. He's in my 32-man fantasy league. I think so. Yeah, is that Xavier Scott? Hell yeah, that's big.
Yeah,
Vikings should be winning this game, man.
Yeah, they should.
They should. They've been better all the time, but it doesn't matter because
we have devil magic.
Yeah, you devil magic. I don't even know why I'm complaining that much. I support Real Madrid, man. I mean, we
can. Wait. So, did we cover all the? Do you think the Chargers can win? Do you think the Chargers are a Super Bowl contender? I think that's the last property.
Not really. Not until the run game gets. Not until the run game gets there. If the run game can get there, yes. I think there's no reason they can't be better than Buffalo, better than Baltimore. I might still lean the Chiefs just because the offensive line versus Chris Jones, that might be food.
Oh, this
And
is funny. Arsenal are losing to Newcastle.
it's okay. Arteta will find his. He'll get his draw. Don't worry. He'll find a way to draw.
It's in Newcastle though. So,
He'll still find a way to draw.
but either way, that'll be funny because Liverpool lose yesterday and Arsenal below Man City. That's quite funny. But
I mean, the Premier League. I don't really watch the Premier League.
No, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think the reason I'm not talking about football at the minute is because I've not watched a full game this season.
I did.
I'm enjoying the NFL too much.
Yeah, I mean, Real have looked pretty unsustainable.
That's what I've heard. It's just Mbappe doing stuff.
Yeah, but like they were like, oh yeah, Mbappe's got so many goals. I was like, yeah, but he's like eating up all the goals.
This isn't he taking
he's the only one. He's the only one, and it's like they're like, well, but that's what Ronaldo did for the three-peat Madrid squad. I was like, you didn't watch.
Ronaldo only scored about 35% of goals at most.
Exactly, that's the thing. They think that they're like, oh, this is what Ronaldo did. I'm like, no, Ronaldo was. I agree. In the Champions League, he was half the team. The issue is Mbappe is like 80% of the team.
And like Ronaldo's, like I said, like Ronaldo's highest goal and assist percentage was like 42% from my. Maybe I'm slightly off.
Over a whole season, probably. That's
yeah, in all, like about 40 to 42%, something like that. Messi's highest was like maybe 15. What in that 2012 season, maybe, but that's just because he was farming around the 18-yard box, and that was Xavi, Iniesta, Pep. This.
Right.
A guy like Mbappe should not be scoring 80% of your goals.
Yeah, I mean, Vinny has looked a lot better. He wasn't good against Atletico, but before then he had put 4-5 good games in a row, which is huge for Vinny. He had not done 2 good games in a row before that.
He hadn't done it for basically a calendar year.
Exactly, but no, I think Vinny has been fine. Xabi, I can complain about Xabi real quick. I'm a big Xabi person, but there are some things I don't like. This rotation gimmick with Rodrigo is ridiculous. Like he's like Vinny and Rodrigo are fighting for who's left winger. Rodrigo will get a chance to fight. No, he shouldn't.
Yeah,
for as bad as Vinny was this calendar year, Rodrigo was worse.
Yeah, my conspiracy theory is Perez doesn't want to pay Vinny, so he's gonna try force him out by not paying.
I don't think he wants to pay Vinny. I think he's just. It's kind of where it's like he's trying to lower the price. Like he's trying to lower the price.
Like, I think that selling him is on the board for Perez. Like, if they can't get the extension done,
I just don't. I think that here's the thing. I think Vinny Mbappe is kind of. It's actually flashed this season in a sustainable way. When those two are pressing, dude, they create so much havoc in the back line. It is ridiculous. Like, they shouldn't work, but sometimes, like. Sometimes you can get the square peg into the round hole by just jamming it in there.
Just jamming it enough times.
Exactly. Like talent sometimes does beat out fit, man.
Yeah. And like I knew these guys would never fit that well together. I just thought I can see a way where it can work.
And I think I've actually seen proof of concept in a couple games this season between the two. Valverde needs to go. He cannot be a pivot, bro. Like
he can't play midfield in a team that actually needs him to play.
Yes, this has been Zis Bombs has been very happy with this. Just has been a busy. Shout out Zis.
He's had a good year for his agenda so far.
He said, "Well, yeah, I mean Rashford's been good.
Rashford, Valverde, just wetting the bed. The only one that's really not paid off yet, I guess. Haaland's been good. Only one that's really not paid off yet from is Yamal, but that little terrorist will. So
I'm hoping he falls for the name.
I hate him so much.
Yamal?
I hate him
because he snatched Mbappe's chain.
Yes, and he didn't just snatch it; like he took it off him and he beat him on the floor with it too. Like it was all set. Like Mbappe is like even in his off years, he still shows when he has those few months in the last couple. So, like, say 23, 24, he was good for about 6 or 7 months. And he was clearly better than everyone else when he did that. In terms of, like, in a vacuum. Like, Vinny was good towards the end of the year. Rodri was like this. But Mbappe's highest was still higher than everyone else's. 24, 25. January to, like, March, he was quite good. He was, like, good enough where I could say, yeah, he's still the best. Then this little Satan Yamal, from, like, March onwards, he's just putting in cracked performances every single game. I'm just like, I can't do anything.
Your big hope is that he falls for the Zion Williamson trap, which he's kept questionable company.
He's teetering. Like,
he's teetering.
But at the same time, Zion's main thing wasn't even the porn addict. Zion's main thing was
fat.
He couldn't stop eating.
We gotta get Yamal addicted to food next.
You know what I'm saying? Just we need him to eat.
His birthday party. That cake. Have you seen a picture of the cake?
I've not. Let me find it.
I was like, why? I was just kind of confused. I was like, why? I was like, what are you doing? I don't like Yamal, but just because I don't like how the media treats Yamal versus how they treated Vinny, but that's more of my beef with the media. For example, when Yamal booked a celebration in advance for the Ballon d'Or, it was seen as, oh, look how confident Yamal is. Killer mentality. When Vinny doesn't, arrogant.
Yeah, that's a weird cake, man.
Well, oh yeah, I thought you were talking about like, oh, it's weird for Vinny. It's like, well, we know why. We know why they don't like Vinny.
But yeah, I don't like as a player, like Yamal is just a freak. That's why I can't stand it. Because everything was just set, right? Mbappe's just gonna run around unrivaled, and then this little Satan comes along. He couldn't come around 5 years later, could
he? You think I'm mad about it too, dude? Every time Real Madrid is set, this evil La Masia produce Pedri, they produce who's the 6 they have? Bernal. They produce Yamal. They produce Kouabarsi. It's like, all right, boom, there's your spine for the next 10 years. Yamal.
Even like there's still room for them to grow as well because their defense isn't that good.
They've been better this year.
No, but I'm saying like just the personnel they have. Like the personnel they have isn't very good.
I agree. Hopefully they pay 100+ million or 200 million for Julian Alvarez.
Yeah, like, they just need to blow their budget somehow. I don't know how, but just do it, man. Like,
look, honestly, they don't need to blow their budget. I don't know if there's. It's probably just them. I mean, look, Bayern look good, but with that guy at striker, I would bet like that guy's
Voldemort, man. Screw that guy.
No, he's
never
awful. Never rated. I have to. No, people are rating him because he does have like 12 goals in like 4 games or something like that. He has like
he's like moving, man.
He's putting up FIFA career numbers. I'm like, well, yeah, it's the story of Harry Kane's life, man.
Yeah, I've never ever rated Harry Kane. Even from the first year, 14, 15, where he come on the scene, I'm just like, this guy just isn't that good. Like, just give it a rest.
You just never.
And I was fighting a losing battle for a long time, and then he went to Munich, and I was proven right.
You know what? And this is, I think, the advantage maybe of American media over English media. Harry Kane would have been. They would have hated Harry Kane by like 2017, bro. By 2017, American media would have been sick of him.
2019 would have been the turning point. They were like, this guy.
2019 when they made the final without him, yeah, it's wraps.
Yep. That's it. You're done forever.
I mean, there's still people on Twitter who legitimately are like, Harry Kane is a better scorer. Like the gap between Kane and Benzema scorers is not as big as the gap, or bigger than the gap between Benzema as Kane as playmakers. And I'm like, Jose, this is the worst thing you've ever done. Actually, this is Jose's worst thing he's done in football.
You know what the worst thing is about Kane is that, like you said, like it's all Mourinho's fault. Like you make him drop deep with the gimmick, and then you have Son. Like you turn Kane to Benzema and you turn Son into Ronaldo, and look what you get. Like what? 5th place?
And he's saying Son is probably closer to Ronaldo in that role than Kane is to Benzema,
which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Son's a great outlet.
You know,
and then Harry Kane is. Well, here's the thing: Harry Kane likes that. He likes that. He likes it, and now he just drops deep for a gimmick. He's. I'm like, Harry Kane, get your ass in the box.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, he does and the thing is, as a finisher, he's so good. Like I trust him more than almost any player in the world in one-on-one, honestly. And then he just does, and then he just chilling in a DM. It's just like, what are you doing?
I don't know if I trust him one-on-one. I just don't.
No, I think he's one of the better finishers in the sport.
He's a good finisher. My issue is he just gets bullied really easily.
Yeah, he's a fairy. Like,
I mean, just like he's slow. He's not strong. He's like Arda Güler, bro.
Yeah,
he's the Arda Güler of strikers. That guy also.
He's another fairy. Like he's clearly talented, but he's just a fairy.
He's not talented enough to make up for the fact that he's a fairy. And here's the issue: you had a good game against Atletico. Jude rushed back from injury. Certainly, didn't have a great offensive.
5-2.
Yeah, that is because the midfield is on Tchouaméni, Valverde. Midfield is not a serious midfield.
You don't have a ticker in there.
Raul Asensio had to come in because Eder Militao got hurt. Dean had his first bad game that I watched. Carvajal was bad. Güler was.
I don't like Asensio either.
I don't like Asensio either, or in the sense where it's like Asensio to me is what people think what Barca fans think Sergio Ramos is.
Yeah,
like that's what Raul Asensio is, where it's like, no, he actually is just all, make a dashing save, and then it's like, well, there's a difference. Ramos was actually good at this. Ramos was good enough to make it work.
Yeah, like I'm not as high on Ramos as a lot of I like to think I'm in the middle. I'm not as high on him as Real Madrid fans are, and I'm not as low as him as
I would put him 2 or 3. I think center backs all time. Like I think Virgil's obviously that's one. I haven't watched too much of Nesta, but from
you're running the ball
on 4th and goal from the 4, that's hilarious. They run a halfback dive. That's so funny.
Even I wouldn't do that.
That's so funny. It's 14:24. How much time is left?
4 minutes.
Okay, well, I understand it then. Actually, no, I don't.
The clock doesn't stop.
Or the clock does stop on 4th down.
Yeah,
I think their idea. Well, I think their idea is they just don't want to pick 6. They would rather keep it on the ball and back them up at the goal line. I don't hate it, but interesting.
Look at
very
the
Steelers play call
on the floor where it's not even at the goal line.
What? He's like after he's down, he's trying to push it forward. Rush yards a game.
My favorite game in the NFL is Spot the Football.
That's one of my favorite Tony Romo things. He was playing the Vikings one time. It was the ball was a little short, and the refs are going to get it, and Tony Romo just kind of kicks the ball. Be like, nah, dude, it was over the first down. That's always my favorite. Is they just try to sneak the ball. Tony Romo just fully kicks the ball past the first down mark. Be like, nah, dude, that's a first down.
Did it work?
I think it did. I'm not sure. Quarterbacks always get a little leeway because they're quarterbacks, right? They're like, oh yeah, obviously the
Tony Romo tries to kick the ball forward.
Maybe he tries to. I think the Vikings player was like, hey.
And Jared Allen's like, what are you doing?
Hey man, I respect the sneaky quarterback who tries to do stuff like that. I think that's fine.
The ref didn't fall for it either. Both refs were one of the refs just looked at him like, are you serious?
You know what? That's a good. Here's the thing. That's why I can't be a ref. I'd be like, you know what? I respect the effort. I'll give it to you. That's shameless. That's absolutely shameless. I like it. I could never be a ref. If sometimes if there's a cool catch, I'm like, dude, that was so cool. I'm giving it to you. I don't care if you got one. I don't care if you got 1 foot down. That's fine, bro. That was crazy. I want that to count.
I'd probably do something similar.
Like I'm like, dude, I don't care. Like who's gonna really get mad, man? The opposing team's fans, sure.
Like, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. But no, man.
Refs are better men than us. That's why we're not referees.
No, they're boring people. That's what they are.
They're boring.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean you're following the rules? My God. Right. If the Steelers lose this game, which they shouldn't, I will be so mad.
I mean, I assume the win percentage is in the 80s or something.
Yeah.
But here, let's check ESPN.
They've not turned the ball over yet either, which also makes me mildly concerned.
Yeah, if I look at team stats, I'm gonna get like upset. Oh, they actually didn't even get outgained that badly. It's just
It's Carson Wentz, basically.
yeah, 6 sacks, 2 interceptions, and no fumbles lost from the Steelers. That's rough. I mean, yeah, they lost.
Watch the screen.
Interesting strategy to leave Jordan. Is that Jordan Addison wide open? Yep. Interesting strategy there.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, if they could throw the ball to like TJ Hawkinson, my fantasy team would really appreciate that.
My God, just totally busted coverage, man.
Dude, being in a 32-man league, it's a tough.
How do you even have 32 people to play with?
Do you know who like Matthew Sponhour is?
No.
It's like a TikTok creator, right? So he has this 32-man league, and there's a AAA for it, which is basically like the championship. Like it's like a Premier League system. So okay. Top 4 get relegated, top 4 get promoted, and so you do a 32-man league. The thing is, like you're old. Like if you get injured, it's over. So I correctly was like, we're going to.
Oh no! Okay, good. That's fine.
Okay, I correctly realized that Dallas is going to have to throw the ball a bajillion times. So I traded for Dak and CD, but CD's hurt.
Oh, that's why you were extra upset over CD's injury.
Yeah, I mean, well, for the team perspective, I'm fine with CD Lamb being hurt. I'm fine with the team sucking. I think we should suck.
I was going to say, it probably works out better for you. What would you like Dallas to draft? In terms of, like, is it just an edge? Like,
edge would be great, and I understand offensive tackle. If they really suck and get a really good pick, if they could get Caleb Downs, that's like the Sean Taylor, Ed Reed, Eric Berry, like he's with those guys. In my mind, like he's.
Sorry, what was the name? I was concerned about this.
Caleb Downs is like Eric Berry, Sean Taylor, Ed Reed. Like take your pick. He's like those guys. Like he's that good.
Aren't Eric? Wait, isn't Eric Berry and wait? Sorry, you mentioned Eric Berry.
Mm-hmm. Sean
Taylor, and who was the other one?
Ed Reed.
Isn't Ed Reed more of like a coverage freak?
Well, they're all well, the thing about these guys is they can also cover and roll into the box. That's what makes them like
for God's sake,
cream of the crop.
This is not good. This is bad. This is very, very
bad. Is that you know what? That's Jalen Naylor. That's not TJ Hawkinson. You know what? Vikings only have 1 timeout. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but it's going to go to the 2-minute warning, and that's a timeout in itself.
Yeah, but I mean, if you get nothing on 2 runs and then they have to throw the ball, could be tough. Losing to Carson Wentz would be a rough scene. I would go for 2 here.
That's brave.
I would go for 2 here, personally. I don't like playing for a tie.
Yeah, but same time, do you really want to? Like, you at least want the field goal there.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what the numbers look like, so I'd have a numbers guy and see what's the difference.
You're such a nerd, man.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to do a quick numbers segment, kickers, they matter now because of the new kickoff rules. Like the Rams, his kicker, Well, American people have just discovered the knuckleball. So like when these commentators are talking about it, they're like, "This technique called the knuckleball." Like I'm like,
my computer's gonna die. Let me get a charger. I'll be like a minute.
but like they've discovered the knuckleball.
I saw a thing from Dan Campbell about that actually. Or is it Dan Campbell using it?
Well, they're all using it because all these kickers used to play soccer.
Oh, I see. They were just shit.
Pretty much. That's how you end up. I mean, that's why Harry Kane's going to end up here. He's going to play for Jacksonville. All right, let's see this kickoff. Can the Vikings make magic? Personally, probably not. But, you know, Xavier Scott, 14.5 points in a 32-man league. We respect what you have done for us. You will be sticking on it. If I get a good Dak game or like Cedric Tillman goes off, I could be okay. All right, let's see this kickoff. But what we got like? Ooh, man, kickers look so unathletic. I wish kickers had aura. Like imagine like Ronaldo was an NFL kicker. I think he used to have aura. What? Interesting. You have to get to 10 yards, I believe, but did not happen there. We can quickly go through the rest of the slate. 1 p.m. slate, Eagles, Bucks. That'll be interesting. 4:05 slate, there is Ravens, Chiefs.
Ravens Chiefs is going to be a good one.
Yeah, and then Sunday Night Football. No one needs to watch Sunday Night Football. There is no Sunday Night Football this week.
Well, not an interesting game anyway.
Unless you are tapped into the Matthew Golden breakout, I can assure you. I'm putting there is money. There's my money is on the line of a Matthew Golden breakout.
Please field it. Okay, good.
All right, hold on. Let's. If the kicker does something crazy, I want to see if they.
Right, kicker stats. I cut you off because I
right. So like field position, there's like difference. Like I think the Rams are like 4 yards. Like their starting team's 4 yards further back than anyone else. And I was like, you know what? If I were a kicker and if I'm up for contract, this is kind of the path I'm taking. Is I'm finding like the average field position start, and you know, like let's say you know, like the Rams guy, right? You're getting like let's say every possession is 7 yards deeper, right? So I'm finding the EPA difference between starting at like the 29, if that's the average, and starting at the 20. I'm finding the EPA difference and I'm adding that up and I'm equating it to a quarterback. I'm like, well, I'm adding like 27 EPA. Just like, I don't know, Sam Darnold, like something. Give me the Sam Darnold. That would be my method if I were an agent. Brandon Aubrey, call me. I have ideas.
That has got to be the most unhinged thing I've ever heard. You want kickers to be getting paid 30 million US
Well,
currency?
if I were an agent, that's what I would be arguing. I think Brandon Aubrey might be able to go for like. I would trade a first for Aubrey. I'll be honest.
For a good team, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like if I like not like a top 10 or anything, but like if you told me like a pick 28 for Brandon Aubrey,
Tyler Bass is pretty shit. The Bulls could do with a kicker.
I mean, well, Aubrey is just like Aubrey. I would take Aubrey from 70 before I take any other kicker from 60. Like that's how I feel about Aubrey.
Boswell hit 60 yarder.
Yeah, that's his career long. Brandon Aubrey is hit like 464 yarders.
That's outrageous.
I mean, look, this will be Harry Kane's career path soon. Once Bayern realize he's like that anyone can farm against these Bundesliga teams. Like,
I don't understand it, man. It's staring you right there in the face. All the data says it that Harry Kane, like you have how many? You have 10 years of evidence at this point, and they just want to ignore it.
I think the most "it's over" moment is, I think I brought this up when Mbappe Yamal panel, is when I saw Harry Kane getting bullied by Jonathan Tah,
Yeah,
and it's a
yeah,
Jonathan Tah that Ronaldo was outpacing. Look, I'm a Ronaldo Glazer, you're right. If
that
your
was old.
striker Ronaldo's old, he's very old.
The guy's as old as Aaron Rodgers.
They're pretty similar stages of their career. Hopefully, Rafael Leao wants to be serious. He can give us our 2015 Broncos send off. I'd be okay with that.
Oh, listen, if France don't win it, I absolutely want Portugal to win it because the chaos,
The discourse.
the chaos that would ensue
I'm running Ronaldo GOAT narratives.
would be absolutely hilarious. Like,
Two
I mean,
Nations League,
honestly,
one Euro.
I think that Argentina are probably my favorites to win at the minute. But
I would go with England.
nah, England can't win.
They have Jude. They'll be all right.
They just can't win.
Once they drop Harry Kane and they go with Rashford, Jude, and Saka as the leaders, then you got Rice.
Oh, okay, third inches. Rogers threw a block in there, by the way.
Yeah. Unethical Rogers doing it again. No, I love a quarterback throwing a block.
It's funny, isn't it? Did you see Mahomes' tackle the other day?
Collinsworth, one of our strongest soldiers at Mahomes.
Oh, he adores him.
Yeah, but he was like, that is one of the greatest plays I have ever seen. I was like, yeah, Collinsworth, you know what? They're going to hate you for this. You're kind of right, but
go away.
Cook, Chris Collinsworth, cook. I think.
Jesus, what a tackle. And he recovered the strip sack as well. Like,
yeah, I mean, well, Isaiah Pacheco is just like standing around doing nothing.
I don't know what's wrong with him because he was pretty good before. Like, not like wow, but like he was good enough.
He got injured. He like tore his meniscus.
Yeah, but now he just looks bad.
Tore his meniscus, can't do anything. I think that's pretty much this third down will pretty much be game. 3rd and 1. Let's see if they run it. It's a long one. So, God, Rodgers just looks. I just don't like how he looks.
Taking a toll, man.
He just looks evil. I forgot Adam Thielen's on this team.
What do you mean he looks evil?
I brought this up. He looks like the in like a fantasy movie, like the guy who's whispering in the king's ears. Like that's what Rodgers reminds me of, like looks wise. He was like, "Yes, my lord, he wants your throne. He's jealous of your power." That's what Rodgers looks like. Like if you told me Rodgers was like a shaman for like a demonic lord, I'd be like, "Yeah, I see it." Like that's what I think of Aaron. Like that's what he looks like.
Right, please pick this up.
All right, no, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
Not.
They're not going to do it. The Vikings are going to hold firm. Oh, they got it.
No,
that's 4th.
No,
as in the Vikings. That's 4th.
Oh, okay,
do you go for it if you're Pittsburgh?
No, because they don't have any timeouts, and by the time they get,
I would risk it.
It'll be under a minute.
I would risk it.
You would. You don't have Kenneth Gainwell and Aaron Rodgers as your 1-2 punch.
That's fine.
Don't go for it. No.
Go for it.
No.
Be a man. This is a man's game.
This is a horrible idea.
This is a man's game. This is a man's game. Oh, he's probably just going to hard count it.
Well, he tried to.
Yeah. The hard count never works. Dallas tried doing this where you do it where it's like, all right, the defense is like, oh, they're not going to snap it. They're not going to snap it. Then the last second, you do snap it.
Okay. So
but,
it's almost like it's not the fake spike, but sort of.
It's the fake, or it's the hard count is like a fake. Yeah, it's like the fake hard count.
Yeah, I know what the fake. I know what the hard count is, but it's almost like the fake It's like the fake
Are,
spike.
are they gonna be kicking this, or are they gonna be punting it?
Punt.
You know, this is another advantage for
Oh, don't you go
Brandon
on.
Aubrey. Brandon Aubrey would have been able to make this. This is only what, 64 yards? That's nothing for Brandon Aubrey. Let's see if this is a good punt. Oh my goodness, awful punt.
Yep. What's the rule with the thing nowadays? Because no, before it used to be
Punt touchbacks, I think, are they still 25? I don't think they changed punt touchbacks. I think it's only kickoff touchbacks are 35. If punt touchbacks are 35, that's punt touchbacks are to the 20 still. I'm pro the kickoff, by the way. I don't care.
Oh, I like it. I want to see returns.
Well, people are like, well, it's too easy for like game-winning drives. Or it's like, well, a game shouldn't be decided if I think one of the people like
Oh, he picked it. Did he catch it?
hilarious throw, just hilariously bad.
I don't know if his feet were in though.
Mm, 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 mm. Let's see. Bad throw. 1, 2. He's probably got it.
Yeah, I think he's got it.
Yeah, but like people were like complaining that
Oh, that's
the
definitely a pick.
the Cardinals kicker, because it was half a yard short of the landing zone. Then it becomes like the ball is still like the 40, and it's like a team only needs to go 20 yards for a field goal. But I was like, that's kind of always been football. That like half a yard is like what makes a game and what loses a game.
And the other thing is that like, listen, right? Maybe you should just be better.
Actually, look, just get Brandon Aubrey on your team.
Go away. But like, I get the sentiment you're making. Like, just have good players. You know what I'm saying? Just be better coached.
Exactly. I mean, look, if special teams matters more, I don't think that's the worst part of the league is making special teams a bigger part of the game.
Like, it's the ultimate team game, and if one area of the team now is more important, then it's better.
Oh, Mike, I just got an ESPN notification. You're gonna be livid.
Oh, go away.
What's even the reasoning for they give?
Bobble, I heard just on my broadcast. Well, I've got the same broadcast team as you, but
Yeah, I mean they're just ahead. You're just ahead. Well, all right.
oh god,
Bailed out.
Okay,
just
that's good.
Just throw a big play to Justin Jefferson, bro.
No, triple covering Pittsburgh.
Interesting. Jeez, Carson Wentz is really one of the all-time Madden quarterbacks. Like he plays football like it's Madden.
Yeah, he does. Like he just throw triple coverage. Yep, let's go.
I mean, look at this: 28 of 41, 330 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 6 sacks for 48 yards lost. That's a Madden stat line right there. I mean, look, Jesus, Jefferson, 10 catches, 126 yards.
Do you think he could have? Has there ever been a 2,000-yard receiver? No.
No, it could be Jefferson.
If he gets a half decent quarterback one day.
If Dak finds his way in Minnesota, 200 yards.
God. Okay, you got the sack at least.
God damn, evil TJ Watt.
No, but there was offsides on someone.
Oh, they called it on him.
Yeah.
You know what? We're adding this to the agenda.
What?
He's so washed, he can't even time the snap right anymore. That used to be like his gimmick. That's how he would get sacks, is he would time it right, and then he would get sacks. And I'm like, no, that doesn't matter as much as like 4 pressures, guys. I swear. I mean, it doesn't statistically, but you bring up numbers in a football argument, they shake your head at you. They get mad at you when you bring up numbers. Football is very pure sport. I think honestly that's the big reason people don't like the kickoff. It's because they're like, no, the way it's always been is different. No,
But the thing is, they've been moving the touchback forward for the last 10 years. When I first started watching, it was at the 20.
yeah, I don't think they'll do it. Like they won't do it more than the 35. The 35 sort of like this is a good kickoff. And I like that we have the UFL, or like the championship league, essentially, whatever it is for
The
football.
USFL, yeah.
Yeah, but because allow like that's where they get these ideas from. They get to try things out in the and then be like, oh, do people like this in the NFL? I think the next logical conclusion is eventually they'll just get rid of the onside kick.
Intentional grounding.
This better be the most blatant intentional grounding ever. That's pretty blatant. They really give it for nothing, man. That's like the hardest. That's like the hardest penalty that you ever get called.
Yeah, that has to be intentional grounded. Like he didn't even get it to the line of scrimmage.
It's not about did they throw it? Yeah, because he went back inside of the tackle box. That's the rule. Inside the tackle box and no receiver in the area. But
that's good. 2nd and 28. Okay. My God.
Just throw a deep ball to Justin Jefferson.
Go away! Stop encouraging this.
Or TJ Hawkinson would be good for my fantasy league. Just throw a. Sometimes, especially, it is kind of that easy, Just scheme up something for Justin Jefferson. Sometimes this is how I'm like. Maybe I'm not woke because I'm like, look, on the final play of the game, I don't care if he's double covered. Like if I have a Jefferson, if I have a Chase, I'm just gonna throw the ball. I don't care if he's double covered.
Okay, so they probably can't get a field goal here.
It's possible.
They could, but they're on 4th and 12 now.
Yeah, that says 14 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, so they'll need a completion of 15 plus yards and get the spike off.
Yeah, no, 13 seconds is a little too difficult to make that work. Just a little bit. I mean, I wonder if the Irish are a fan of this game. I wonder how they've been reacting.
The Irish love rugby, so they'll probably hate it.
True. Where are all these why is there a cheese head? Why is there a Packers fan? Sir, you're a little confused.
Yeah, delay of game 2.
I mean, it doesn't even matter at 4th and 13.
Well, now it's 4th and 18.
How much does it really matter, though? 5 yards?
It does.
You know what it does? That's 5 more yards Justin Jefferson can pick up.
Is Justin Jefferson on your fantasy?
No, I just like Jefferson.
You just like Justin Jefferson.
I just like Jefferson. I mean, he's special. Like probably
this pretty much has to be a Hail Mary at this point. Or at least like a deep shot.
Run the Statue of Liberty play.
I don't know what that is.
It's a
yes, let's go. Let's win.
Is it a sack? See, and this is my problem. Why are you throwing to Jordan Addison?
It's not like it was single coverage either. He had like 3 bodies around him.
Yeah,
that's 3 1-score wins now.
You should see the camera's panning to Jefferson. They know you should have. Look, if I lose because I threw it triple coverage to Justin Jefferson, I lose. I can live with that.
Look at Tomlin, Kingpin.
Evil.
Sound like Mermaid Man out of SpongeBob.
Carson Wentz knows he's lost.
3-1, right? That is a very pleasant surprise after what happened in week 2.
Really, they should be 0-4, but I don't know. Who did they beat last week?
They beat the.
Oh, Pats. Yeah, they should be 0-4.
They should absolutely have lost to them.
They should have lost to New York as well. They should have lost this one as well. Unfortunate. Mike Tomlin says, "Yeah, you haven't sacrificed the devils like I have."
3-1, and Rodgers didn't get too much of a beating. That's great.
He probably had a decent stat line. Played mid. I know what I watched.
He's 41 years old, and he's not Tom Brady.
Jerry Rice at 41 was still killing it.
He's not Jerry Rice either. He's had Percocets.
That was his decision. He chose to do that. Nobody forced him to do such a thing.
Nobody forced him to have ayahuasca and Percocets.
He's in fact the one recommending this.
Yeah, this is a good point. He's so funny. Like, if you just don't take him seriously, some of the stuff he says is so outrageous. It's funny as anything.
He was big conspiracy theory guy, man.
Oh, he's huge on it. Like, I will watch his episodes on Rogan just for the laughs at this point. It's like, what outrageous stuff is he going to come out with today?
I need him to get more eyes on the Helen Keller conspiracy. I think he should tap into that. I actually buy into that one.
The Helen Keller, what's that?
I just don't think Helen Keller was. I think she was a bit of a government propaganda machine, bro. I'll buy into that one. If he says that, I'm like, he's on. She's done too many things. She's blind and deaf in the 20th century. She's just done too many things, man. There's some things conspiracy theories like we didn't make the moon. I'm like, okay, you're unserious. Helen Keller. We learn about her too much for someone who.
I've never heard that woman's name.
Yeah, but America, she's big. But Helen Keller, Aaron Rodgers, figure something out. Find the connection.
I'm sure he'll find a way.
He'll find a way. He found a way to win this game.
Huh?
Found a way to win this game.
Yes, that's 3-1 now on the year, and they really could be 4-0 if they weren't bad against the Seahawks. I thought they'd lose to the Patriots last week, and I definitely didn't think they'd win today.
They should be 0-4.
Oh, will you stop being such a buzzkill?
I play football in the hypothetical world. I play football in the should. That's why I'm a Herbert fan.
Clearly. Oh god! Right. I'm going to bounce off this now. This was great fun. This was way longer than last time. We ended up going 3.5 hours.
Because we watched the whole game.
But that's not the point here. Right? So, right. I'm going to watch Bucks Eagles now and Bake Show. I am going to infest your DM inbox, and I'm going to at you if Baker somehow wins this game. For the record, the Eagles will probably win this game.
They should.
Yeah. I'm well aware to anyone who ends up watching this game, this did not operate remotely like a normal pod. It didn't really have much structure at all.
No.
I was screaming at the television half the time. But such is this. You decided to watch this, and
True. This is 3 hours and 20 minutes of this. What are you doing with why are you watching this?
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you decide to ever tune into this, then it's your decision, not mine.
Exactly.
So, right. We'll just, as a final thing, we can do picks for some games tonight, and then I will jump off because I also need to charge this computer because I need it for work tomorrow, and I need to get my other laptop plugged into the TV. So
we got old man with work.
I'm 22.
Old man.
Right. So lightning fast. Washington Falcons.
Falcons. I'll go with Falcons.
You think Falcons? Okay. Bills Saints.
I mean, there's a reason the spread of that game is 15.5.
It's 15.5.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Browns Detroit. That's the game that's on TV now. I'm not watching that though.
I like Detroit, but I see the path for Cleveland.
Tennessee, Houston.
If it's not Houston, it's really over. Like this is fireable if they lose.
Oh, I've not given mine. Commanders, Bills, Lions, Texans. Texans have to win this game. Patriots, Panthers. What a game that is.
I'll go with the Pats. I'll go with the Pats.
I think Patriots. Chargers, Giants. Has to be
Chargers.
Has to be 4-0 start. That'd be great. And then Bucks, Eagles.
Philly.
Sad times. The Colts, Rams. That could be a good game.
It's a good game. I'll go with LA, but I can see how Indy does it.
I agree. Jags, Niners.
I don't know if they'll have Purdy. Oh, you know what?
Listen, it's Trevor Lawrence, and I don't care if it's Mac Jones. It's Mac Jones with Kyle Shanahan.
That's true. I'll take San Fran, but
Baltimore. We'll do that last.
Yeah.
Bears, Raiders.
Give me the Bears.
I like Genty, so I want them to win. I also like Geno. But
I mean, I went to the same. Me and Genty are from the same town.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
I watched him in high school. He scored 6 touchdowns on my team. We lost 42-0.
Did you play?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, don't tell me you got trucked by Ashton Genty.
No, my mom did not let me play football. She hates me, bro.
Brown mom. Solid. Packers, Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Jets, Dolphins.
Give me the Jets.
I agree. Bengals, Broncos. I like the Broncos. I don't like Bo Nix. Wait, what do you think of Bo Nix quickly before I let you go?
Bottom 3 starter in the league.
I agree. He's not a good player. Yeah, I like Broncos here. And that's because Browning is just a bit crap. And the Broncos actually have a pretty good defense.
I don't think Browning is as crap, but he is a backup.
Yeah, I mean, by NFL starting quality, he's crap.
Yeah.
And then Baltimore, Chiefs. That should be a Sunday night. I don't know why that's on at half.
Oh, because it's Packers Cowboys. That always gets.
That's stupid. Because you lot are awful.
Well, they didn't know that.
Right. Who've you got? Chiefs?
Yep. I think it'll be Chiefs.
Beating on them. Right. This was very fun. Anish's Twitter is Anish THKR44. So follow him because he gives very insightful takes and he crashes out sometimes.
Insightful takes. You're gonna get like Real Madrid bad, bro.
Yes, that's very insightful. So yeah, that'll be good. And then we'll do this again. We left it 4 weeks this time, maybe sooner, maybe around that time frame again, because then the league actually changed a bit, and then it's not 3.5 hours of the same topics. Jesus Christ, that's a horrible pick.
That game's already started?
No. This is from last week. They're showing highlights from last week.
Oh.
So yeah, we'll do this again, and because this was fun, and everyone should follow Anish. You should also follow me, but you probably already do, considering you're watching this. And we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.